All right, good. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back for a new episode of our tabletop role-playing game. So today, unfortunately, Usama is not going to be part of our session. It's his birthday. He's turning 542. So we get to play without him today, and I will be playing Faye. So we're going to start with a quick recap of the adventure where we are so far. And then from there, we're going to do our D20 customary roll, and we'll start the session properly. All right. So, Jessica, could you please do us a recap of the adventure so far?
Sure. I will give it a shot. Our adventure began when our adventurers, Gallean and the Smashers, just trying it on, accompanied our dear friend Ernest to the huge city of Hammerhall to meet with the Golden Gauntlet. There we were introduced to a human Jonah and a halfling druid Tasso. After a brief interview, we were presented with a task of retrieving a human lumber camp led by Kyril Tibor and a high elf Xena and a human cleric, Brother Sidar, from Wood Elf territory. Thus far, we've been able to locate the human lumber camp, but it was pretty badly. It was disgusting. People were brutally murdered. Animals were brutally murdered. And so we were, upon investigation, Jonah found actually the journal of Kyril Tabor blaming the Wood Elves for attacks upon the lumber camps. So naturally, we wanted to find out the truth of that. So we started our investigation moving north through forest, where we were unfortunately met with a crazy boar that didn't seem like a normal boar and a troll. Unfortunately, we lost Jonah, Tasso, and Faye down the hill. We didn't know what had become of them, and then Gallean also ended up down the hill. So Sol and I decided, bye, and we jumped. And that is the last piece that I know. I don't know what happened down the hill with anyone else.
Okay, thank you for the recap. A couple of things that I just wanted to update in there. Well, you didn't go north, you went south.
We went north, the trail went north, and then we turned south, right?
No, you went south because you guys decided you wanted to go south because that's where the wood elves were.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
So
okay.
you went south.
Well,
You didn't
I
go
wrote
north.
my notes wrong then.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But I just wanted to recap it because the north camp is the small camp that wasn't much used yet. And the south camp is the original camp where they started operations, and that's where they met the wood elves, at least based on the writings in Kyril Tabor's journal. So you guys went south and then kept looking for the wood elves, and that's you were leading that. So anyway, that's just a quick recap. Thank you for doing that. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and roll our D20. Let's see how this is gonna go. So my first roll is for, well, I'm just rolling one die. Why do I need to roll multiple? All right, Jessica, nice 19. Sol with a 9, Gallean with a 16, and Tasso with a 5. All right, Tasso, this is shaping up to be a great session for you. Okay, so let me do these turn orders. Interesting. I thought we would have had the turns in there. I guess we do not have the turns. That's totally okay. Let me just quickly go here. Tasso, Jonah. Let me just move these.
Because we were in different groups.
That's possible. That's fine. We're gonna just re-roll them. Okay. And then I need these as well. So this one. I'm almost done. Hold on. So this one, and this one. Cool. So I got all those. So I'm gonna need Gallean.
Yeah.
So Gallean, Tasso, Faye, and Jonah all roll initiative, please. So click on your characters and then click on the number 1 to roll your initiative. Okay, so I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this.
What happens if
Interesting.
if I roll a
Yeah.
1?
That's fine.
It's fine. Too bad.
You're fine.
Phew.
Interesting.
last.
Now that I re-rolled initiative, we're
I know.
all back in. So you got that one. I got, which one is that? I got this one. So I'm missing this one. And I need this one. Okay, now, all right. So we're gonna start with just describing the setting. Upstairs, up above you, there is still a battle going on. It's about the end of the battle between Sol, Aeily, and the troll. Meanwhile, Gallean, you got hit by the large boar, and you were thrown overboard. So you came down, falling, rolling on the ground, the slopey ground, hitting some trees on your way that, getting some branches pierced through your armor as you were falling many, many, many feet down. And as you fall down, you finally land, bam, you land next to this tree. You are prone on the ground. And as you get there, like your head is still ringing from the shocks. So you raise your head and you look around you, and you are in this very thick forest. What you do notice is there is a lot of branches spread all around you, like somebody has been chopping wood around you. As a matter of fact, no. You look at the woods around you; it's charred woods that has been burned. You look at the floor; the ground is filled up with it. And as you raise your head, you see Faye a few meters away south of you. She's standing, she's not looking directly at you, she is looking towards your main direction. And then you try to follow her gaze, and as you do so, you see Tasso and Jonah, weapons drawn, rushing this. Well, the only thing you could really describe it with is, oh, interesting. I don't know why I cannot do this. But that's fine. I can still pull it from here. Let me just find the picture. Here you go. This plant or tree-like creature. Can you see the picture that I just dropped in? It's covered with moss and it's made out of branches. It looks almost feminine in shape, but what's really interesting is that creature has this bluish light inside of it. Makes you feel like it's arcane or magic light. And the creature, as a matter of fact, this creature specifically that's being charged by Jonah and Tasso, you can see that half of what would be its face has been liquefied, and one of its arms has fallen on the ground and it's barely standing up there. And then your gaze turns to the left and to your left and to the south, and you see that there are two more creatures like that. One further behind Faye, and one to your left, because you're facing down. You're not facing up. Okay, so it looks like you're left, even though in the map it's on the right. But that's that. So can you see those ones that I highlighted? So there is one here. I'm pinging it, and there is one here south. But then suddenly you get this feeling as you're like about to start standing up. You get this very, very cold feeling coming from behind you, and you just instinctively turn. And as you turn, you see this other creature that is walking towards you. It's not really paying attention to you yet, but it's walking in your direction. And it is looking specifically at Jonah and Tasso as it is making its way. That creature is also looks made out of wood. Looks almost like a tree walking, and has this light inside of it. Like the tree, the bark, it's made out of bark that's whirling, and there is like some form of light from inside of it. It's holding in its hand what looks like a flower of light, but as you look at it, you realize that it's not a flower. It's probably just magic. It's magical abilities, and it's surrounded by these lights. And the closer you look at them, you see that those are butterflies. Again, upon closer inspection, those seem like just ethereal magic around her that takes the shape of butterflies as she's walking your way, or specifically towards Jonah and Tasso. So that's what's going on. Any questions?
No, I was gonna ask if the one that looks like a lady with the fire.
Both of them looks like women.
Yeah, the bottom one.
Mm-hmm.
Did she cast some spells during the battle with the others, or
You
anything?
have no idea. Right
I
now,
have no
when you
idea.
just came in, you haven't seen anybody casting spell. You just like fell, hit the ground, and
Yeah.
are just like trying to stand up. And you look around you, you're noticing these things.
Okay.
All right, cool. So with that, we will start the battle proper. So it's this one's turn. So that one is gonna disengage and then move away back towards the largest tree-like entity. So as it disengages, Jonah tries to slam it, to cut it with his sword, but the creature is able to quickly avoid that and move back. Okay, so that was that creature's turn. Next is this one. All right, so this one right here. All right, so what about this? 22, that's a little far. Let me just see. Yeah, it looks like it's a little far. So what I could do is I could move like this. All right, so now that creature has moved closer, and as it moves closer, it starts channeling that arcane energy between its between both its what looks like its arms. It closes it. The energy flows through the creature. It becomes bluish, and then it raises its arm and makes the scream and raises its arm. So it's going to cast a spell. This is similar to what Tasso and Jonah, you guys have seen this before. It's the entangle, so that you're starting to see vines coming out of the ground trying to latch onto. I'm going to ask you to make a dodge or a parry test.
Denied. I
You can cast another one. Okay, cool.
3 of them.
All right, cool. So as it is casting the spell, let's see if you're going to be able to deny it. So what do we test for that? Magic against magic?
Yeah, it is. If it's second level or lower, you test magic versus with advantage versus target's magic.
Okay, so you get the advantage because this is
Yeah.
not a level 3 spell. All right, so let me roll my magic. It's this number. What's your total?
38.
And I rolled a 37. You are successful. So as it is about to
crap.
cast a spell, by 1 point.
I had that one easy.
Yeah.
I had that one easy.
As it is about to cast its spell, you immediately, instinctively, put your hands forward and you say, denied! And as such, the bluish arcane energy that was surrounding the creature's body just dissipates. It's pissed that it wasn't able to successfully cast its spell on you. All right, cool. That was good. That was a good move. So make sure to reduce that charge. Now it's your turn, Tasso.
I look. I'm like, Gallean, run! And then I look at
South, Jonah says.
run south, and I wait for Jonas. I say I'm holding the hold to retreat with Jonas.
Okay, so Jonah is also holding to retreat once
Gallean.
Gallean approaches you guys. So, all right, so that's good on you, and Jonah is doing that as well. And now we got Faye. Ooh, so Faye, let's see. All right, so Faye has already she already has the night blade drawn. So as she heard that scream, like scream from you, Tasso, she says, "All right, I'm gonna open a path from behind." She draws her second sword. She has both swords now drawn, and she's gonna rush down. So she rushes to this one in there, and as she gets in melee combat, she's gonna make a melee attack with the night blade. So, oh shit! All right, so that's her melee attack with the night blade, which is a 21. And then the target is gonna try to dodge with a 33. So she tries to cut with the night blade. She's unsuccessful. The creature avoids it. There is no bonus or anything like that, right? Tasso, do you remember if we had any bonus or anything along these lines?
No, I don't think we had any bonuses right now.
Okay. So as she failed her first attempt, now she's gonna attack with her offhand. So she rolls with disadvantage for that. Here's natural one, so she fails. Both her attacks are complete failures, and as a matter of fact, Teal, her second sword, falls on the ground.
Aye,
Bitch.
aye, aye.
Anyway, so that's the end of her turn, and we are moving to the creature that's facing her. So that creature is not very happy with her attack. So she is going to do an acid splash. So she starts drawing a circle with her hand, a black circle. And after that, there is this sphere, this liquidish sphere that appears in the middle. And then she pushes her hand, tries to push the sphere at Faye. Let's see if that's going to work. So magic attack, bam, 29. Faye is going to try to dodge. She dodges with a 23. That is not successful for Faye. So she's going to take the damage, and I'm going to make the extra effect. So the blight rolls a 22, and Faye needs to roll a good roll here, a 37. So the effect doesn't work, but she's still... the additional effect doesn't work, but she still is going to take some damage. So the damage that she takes is equal to plus 1d. I don't have it in front of me. Tasso, do you have
10
it?
plus a d6.
Plus a d6, 10 plus a d6. Okay.
Yeah.
So plus a d6, that's 15. So she takes 15 physical damage. That's not good. Minus Faye's armor is
3, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I have to check it. Give me a second. So she has an armor of 3. Yes, that is correct. So
It
let me
was a
just...
light armor. I remember we talked about that.
yeah. Let me just drop the durability here. So that would be 12 damage to her HP. So minus 12. Okay, that's not good. So she gets that sphere hits Faye, and as the acid surrounds her, and she screams, "Bitch!" He says, and at that moment, Faye, angered, thought for a second that she could throw back a hellish rebuke, but she realized she doesn't have enough mana to do that. And
Did she have the ward up?
No, she did not.
Oh, that's right. It dropped it, right.
Yeah,
I remember now.
So she realized that she cannot cast her spells, and that's the reason why I drew the second sword and rushed for battle. So that's unfortunate. Anyway, that's the end of this creature's turn. Now we're switching to this
Big Mama.
creature right here, Big Mama, exactly. So
Oh boy.
Let's see. What do I want to do?
It was nice of you to appear right then, because she literally just appeared in the round when you came tumbling down right in front of her.
Oh. Be nice, please.
She's a little mad at me right now, I think.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So you see her arm, that she had both her arms like trying to hold this flower. The flower dissipates on her left arm, starts having this bluish arcane energy surrounding it, and then she points at. Well, you were the one who burned her creatures to a crisp, right? Am I correct there? Yeah. So she's gonna blast you, Tasso, with that arcane energy blast. What do you do?
Is it dodgeable?
It is dodgeable.
I will try to dodge it.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. So she
Come
rolled
on, natural
a
20.
43 against a
Oh.
37. So she is successful as that blast of arc. Oh, hold on. Intrusive action. So Jonah is gonna try to intercept it. So Jonah has to test his agility.
Hopefully
So
not
let's
against a
see.
43.
No, it's not against her. It's against a difficulty factor to put himself in between. So this is Jonah, and difficulty factor is 3. Good. So Jonah is able to get in between. And as he gets in between, he gets hit. He gets hit by the blast. So let's see how much damage does that blast do. So 10 plus 1 d10. Let's roll d10. And that's 19. So Jonah steps in front of it, trees his armor, his shield, and he says, "Not today!" You could see, like, you could hear the impact from the blast that, even him, he didn't expect that. So fortunately, he had 10 protections, so because of his shield. But it's still a lot of damage
Oh, yeah.
for him, and he needs to reduce both his armor and shield. Ooh, he says, "That was not good."
Thank you.
Got your back, Tasso. Tactical retreat.
Tactical retreat. Let's just hope she's not fast.
Okay. After that, she's you could hear her say in your minds, and all of you could hear that are down there. She says, "Interesting, but that's not enough." She used quicken spell. She's able to use her bonus action to cast a spell, and she says, "How about this one?" She creates. Let's see if she's going to be able to create it first. If I don't roll a natural one. Okay, good. So now
Came close.
I wanna use like a. I don't have something that. Do I have anything that I could use for that? I'm not sure. Maybe I pull it from here. Hold on a second. I need like just a token. There you go. So here's a token. And where does she drop it? So she's able to drop it within 20 meters. Okay, so let me see. If I have this guy here, so that would be damn. All right. So she creates this flaming sphere as she points her hand next to you guys. You see this ball of fire, this 2 by 2 meters ball of fire that just appears out of out of the thin air. You could see the ether starting charging around it, and then it started heating up. And there's a sphere of fire that just appears next to you guys. You could feel the heat from it, and that's her bonus action, so she cannot use a bonus action to move it. So that's it. That's the end of her turn. Right. Gallean, what do you do?
Well, I run.
Well, first you gotta stand up, right?
I'm not standing. Okay.
Because you're not
Well,
prone.
as a bonus action, I stand up.
No, that's not a bonus action.
That's not a bonus.
Standing up
Okay, I
is
stand up.
standing up requires a test to see how much
Oh, okay.
how much movement you're gonna use to do that. So let's see.
So what are we testing?
Yeah, you're
Strength?
testing your agility or strength versus a difficulty factor to stand up quickly. Well, which one do you want to use?
I use my strength.
Okay, so you're gonna try to just power through it and stand up. Make a strength test for me.
Yep. Why don't I have it? Okay.
Come on, natural 20. No, I rolled
I have a 10. Yeah.
10 is your total?
No, no,
Did you lose with a 10?
no. 29.
29. You are successful, so you are able to stand up at the cost of 5 speed.
5 speed. So
Yeah.
5 movement.
5 speed. You have 10 speed.
Okay.
So
if I run, I can do 10 meters, right?
yes, if you dash, you would move 15 meters.
Okay.
5 plus 10, because your normal movement is 10. That would be 7 squares.
Yeah, I'll move here.
Go back because so if you're gonna be moving that way, normally it would count as hard terrain when you move through Jonah.
Okay.
But because you're a dwarf, I'm gonna ask you to make like an agility test to like go around him.
We're waiting for him to start running for us. So as soon as he gets to us, we start moving. So Jonah could stay in front of him.
That is correct.
That's a good point, Tasso.
So that was good. So as a result, I'm gonna move like this with Jonah. Now you can move your 7 squares.
Yeah.
Okay, and Tasso.
Oh.
Sorry. All right. All right. So you guys start running as fast as you can from there, and that's that, and that's the end of the round. So at the end of the round, when you guys are rushing down, you hear, two more people are fall, you know, one next to the other. A familiar female. And
He's on her feet, if I remember right.
No, they're not on their feet.
I thought she jumped down. Oh, did she not make? I don't remember.
They
She made the
both
roll.
jumped. Did any one of you? So Ubas and Jessica, did any of you succeed on your agility or strength test when you were falling?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
did.
think that either of you have.
No, I did.
Yeah.
You did, Ubas?
Yeah, I did. That's why I only got 10%
Okay. What
damage.
about you, Jessica? Did you or did you not?
No, I took some damage.
I knew
Okay.
one of them had made it.
Either way, you are both knocked prone. That was just to reduce the damage. You're both knocked prone. So I'm going to ask the two of you to roll for initiative as well.
Okay.
So go ahead, please. Click on your characters and roll for initiative. Wonderful. So now I can add you to the mix. And the two of you, as you hit the ground, you're trying to get up, and you look around you see that similar scene that I described to the rest. And as a matter of fact, you raise your head and you see, oh yeah, Tasso. You see Tasso, you see Gallean, and you see Jonah, and like see the whole party is up that way, and there's some bluish lights. You think it maybe like phase sword with its bluish light, but then you realize that they're actually running that way, running south. And then you hear these sounds around you, so you look around and you see those creatures that I described earlier. You see one directly to your left, and then you turn behind you, you see another one, and a mysterious creature as well.
A flaming ball.
Yeah, and you see a flaming ball not too far from you, a flaming sphere.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. And as this new party starts, as this new round starts, which is round 9, I think now.
Yeah.
You hear Faye say, "Oh, come on, Soul! I command you to come here."
Like,
All
you
right.
don't have to
And she
tell
says,
me
"Aeily,
twice.
Aeily, you too. Come this way. Do not fight. We need to run. We need to get out of here." Okay. So now I'm gonna go to the turns, and it's this blight creature. So this blight creature is gonna use a spell on you, Soul and Aeily. She's gonna use an entangle. Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah, no, that's good. That's good entangle. Oh god. Okay, so she cast entangle on both of you. So she raises her hands upward as she's trying to cast a spell. She makes a magic attack, and it's a 23. Now both of you are knocked prone. You roll with disadvantage. So I need you to the guys to tell me what you're doing, if it's dodge or parry, before you roll it. Communication is vital.
It's not necessary for you, Best.
Oh, natural one. Okay.
Time for a luck roll, dude. Luck roll.
You can't
Uh,
luck roll one.
I have a
If he
question.
luck rolls, he's gonna roll with disadvantage again.
No,
And
you
you,
can't.
Aeily, what?
You can't luck roll when you get a
Oh
one.
yeah, because you rolled the natural one. Oh, I didn't see
Oh,
that.
that's right. Oh, that's right. You can't roll.
Jessica, what do you say you're doing?
Do I have to stand up to do Aya's disruption?
You cannot do that. You're
Yeah.
trying to dodge this area of
Okay.
effect spell.
That was my question. Okay. So I'm dodging
Sorry, are you saying Aya's what? Aya's what?
Aya's disruption.
Aya's disruption. Okay, I do not know. Let me check Aya's disruption, because you haven't used this one in a while. So
No.
let me just check it again. Aya's disruption.
10 meters.
Is he within 10 meters, or is she within 10 meters? Yes, she is. No, you can't. You can use your intrusive action to throw Aya's disruption. You can do that, even though you're on the ground.
Okay. I'm doing that. I'm just sending Aya to get her.
All right. So, what's the roll that I need to do? What
It
rolls
just
are they doing?
says the opponent's test result is reduced by a penalty of 1d4.
Okay, well, so I would recommend for you to roll with disadvantage first, right?
Mhm.
So roll with disadvantage.
For dodge.
Yeah, so roll with disadvantage. Okay, so
30.
you do not even need to use Aya's disruption, because I rolled a 23.
Oh, okay.
So because you could do it after the roll.
So, okay, so I don't have to make the call if I'm going to use it before.
No, it's after because the description, I believe, says instantaneous action, if I recall. Does it say
It is.
instantaneous? Yeah,
Yep, it does.
instantaneous action. You can use it at any point, even after the tests are done. You can still say, "Hey, I'm doing this."
Okay,
So
that's nice.
it's after you see the score that you can use your disruption. This could
Okay.
have been useful for Soul, but the problem is Soul rolled a natural one and would have failed either way with a natural one.
Okay.
So as the spell gets cast, these vines come from the ground, trolling, trying to catch you. Aeily, you roll on the floor, avoiding its assault. But Soul, you're not fast enough. You dealt only 5 damage, but it's the secondary test that's actually important for this spell. So the secondary test is the one we're gonna do now, and it is it's magic versus your strength, agility, or endurance.
Gonna use strength.
What do you want to do? You're gonna do strength.
Natural 20.
Natural 20, good for you. So as the vines are trying to twirl around you and to mobilize you, you push hard and like you break free through them. You know, you cut with your sword as well. You use your sword's edge to cut through them. And yeah, that's not sufficient. You could see that the creature is a bit impressed by you being able to break free so quickly. Anyway, and other than that, the creature is gonna move like this.
Yeah.
All right, so
Ahmed,
that's
in this case, which one should take the durability? My armor or my shield or both? Because I was prone.
Did you do parry with the shield? You didn't do parry with the
No,
shield,
I
right? You
dodged. So
tried to
that
do the dodge.
you're
It
right.
was just
Yes.
the armor,
On
and
the
it's
armor.
5 damage.
Yeah. Thank you.
So that ends its turn. And then we're moving to this other blight here. So this one right here, upset at what just happened, is going to try to use chilling bites on. I'm going to roll d6. 1, 2, 3 is Jessica. All right, Soul, you're the lucky winner here. So it's going to try to do a chilling bite. So now I'm going to do the prone correctly. I'm going to roll twice.
Okay.
Natural 1, which is great because I'm rolling with advantage at the 5. So that's 24 plus 1 because you got attack. That's 25. Soul, you get to
Okay.
dodge just one roll.
Yeah. 19.
36, you're successful as the creature flips its arms in a crossing fashion. Ice starts forming around you, but you've seen this sword before. You've seen Faye use it so many times, so you roll on the ground and you avoid the explosion of ice that is just about to blast you. The creature, unhappy, starts moving back next to its leader. And that will end its turn. And it's Tasso's turn. Tasso, what you
Tasso,
going to do?
I am going to hold my action. So you said Gallean looks really bad, injured.
Yeah, so Gallean looks pretty bad. You look bad. Faye doesn't look great. I mean,
Everyone
Gallean
looks
clearly,
injured.
yeah, Gallean clearly looks bad for compared to the rest of the party.
I'm gonna hold my action until Gallean gets to me, and then I'm gonna touch him as he passes me, and I'm gonna heal him. Then I'm gonna run with them.
So are you using healing lights?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you're gonna be doing once he passes by you,
Right.
and then Gallean is gonna decide to do this kind of hold on.
Avoid
He's
her
gonna
alley,
decide to do-
dodge me.
Yeah, he's gonna do this. He's gonna be
That
like,
happened. Looks like he wants to touch me. No.
He's like,
Yeah.
Point on the doll where he touched you.
Okay, so that's what you are preparing, and
Yeah.
then we move to Aeily.
I'm gonna run.
Okay, so you need to stand up. You can do a strength or agility test to do a quick stand up.
Okay. I'm gonna do agility.
All right, against the difficulty factor with 10, and I roll a 2, so that's 12. You need to roll other than a natural 1. Pa, 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 pa. So, so you stand up, but it's taking you a while. You're like, oh, my back.
Oh, my back.
As you stand up, so you used all your movement to stand up.
Okay.
You could use your action to dash and do a 10-meter move.
I will do that.
All right, so please move yourself 5 squares.
All right.
Okay, so you start as you're running, you're holding to your back.
Oh, my back.
I think that D20 roll we did at the beginning is working the other way.
It's
Yeah.
exactly how
The
it
lower
works.
you roll, the better you do.
That's exactly how it works.
And Jonah now, is gonna move here. He circles around it, and so how much was that? So 2, 4. Okay, so he moved 4 meters, and then he's gonna multi-attack. So he's gonna multi-attack with his weapons. So minus this. And then I need to multi-attack. So here's my first attack, and here's my second attack. And the creature is gonna try to dodge. So first dodge is a success. It dodged with a 35. Yeah, that's a success. Second dodge. Oh god, it dodged both of them by 1 point each.
Holy crap.
God. 34 versus 35, 37 versus 38. I mean, that's beautiful. This this monster is not going to be slain. Upset at that, he's going to use his action surge to have a new action. And as he has a new action, he consumes his action surge. He's going to use another multi-attack. Motherfucker, you shall die. No, it's not you shall die. You shall be purified. So let's see. Here's another one, a 35 and a 31. Come on, motherfucker. So he dodges with a 33. So I'm successful on the first roll. On the 34, I missed the second roll. Bam! That creature is pretty resilient. Huh? Yeah. So, but at least I hit it. I hit it hard with one of my attacks. Man, I thought I was gonna finish it.
Does he still have that bonus for not the bonus, but that where you're next to him, you get the D4? Is that still active?
Yeah, for you and
Right.
Faye.
Hey,
But
yeah.
you know, like none of you is next to him because he moved. He's trying to like finish the creature and run, but I failed it. So,
Didn't you see I moved so I was next to him?
I know.
I was like, I think I remember that.
Yeah, but the good news, you can still move to be next
Yeah.
to him. So that's the thing. Now, that was Jonah's turn, and we move to Faye. So
She should move next to him.
yeah, but hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out. I'm looking at her stats and her potions, that kind of stuff.
Drink all her potions just to annoy her.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
sure.
what happens when you're gone.
I'm gonna. So she's gonna move this way, and she's gonna try just melee attacks with her swords. So she's gonna start with her Nightblade. That's 34. The creature is gonna try to dodge. Let me see. We're gonna do a dodge here. So she's successful on her first hit. And the second hit, she rolls with disadvantage. So 34 on the 23. So that's not great on the 23 against the 31. Oh, sorry. She used her bonus action to pick up the sword, so she couldn't attack the second time. But she did hit once, dealing 10 damage. So she slashes the creature and moves next to Jonah. Soul, it's your turn.
For the quick stand up, you said we can use agility or
Strength.
strength. Can I use that, please?
Yeah. Go ahead, use your strength.
27.
You are successful, so you're able to use only 5 movement to stand up.
All right. So I'd like to use 5 movement, like all the movement plus my action to move away. So how far can I go?
So you can move 7 squares.
7 squares. So that's 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah.
So you start running as fast as you can after Aeily. And that's about it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so then we are back to this blight. The blight disengages, uses its action to disengage, and then is gonna move. No, I don't like that path. It's gonna move like this. So as it disengages, both Jonah and Faye try to hit it, but they are unsuccessful as it is moving away. You could see that bits and pieces of it are falling down. It's only being carried by that arcane bluish energy to move forward. So that's the end of its turn. And then we move to our friend over there. So our friend over there is going to use its bonus action to move the flaming sphere like this. You did notice, just so you know, for you, Saul, and Aeily, when you guys fought the flaming skull was able to ram the ball on you. But surprisingly, that's you would have expected the creature to ram the ball on you, the flame ball, but it's not. It seems like the creature is kind of a little ignoring you and going for Tasso. you know, so it's throwing the ball that way. So it can only move it 10 meters. And then it's gonna do this. That's 10 meters. All right. So it moves 10 meters that way. But then what I wanted to do is just see how long is his range. Is her range? Not long enough. So yeah, the closest one is Aeily, and you are 16 meters away, and she's not interested in you. She's more interested in Tasso. Let's see how far, Tasso, you are. 24 meters.
23.
24 meters. You're like barely outside of a range of her spell. Okay, so then what she does with her action. So she moves 10 meters. What she does with her action is she flips her hands. And as she flips her hands, you start seeing trees coming
Oh boy.
and manifesting around. More trees are starting to manifest. You think you can just burn my children and run away? I will have you. That's what you hear. So, from there, we're moving to Gallean.
Well, I keep running and move next to Tasso.
Yeah. Show me where you're running. You just move yourself. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So he walks by you, Tasso. He runs by you, and you're gonna try to. You can't touch this. So
What?
go ahead, do your magic test. The difficulty factor is gonna be a 12. I'm making it a little harder because it's like
It's a
he's
moving.
running and stuff like that.
Oh, I got a 27. So don't roll high. Son of
That's a
bitch.
26, 28. Oh God, 12 plus. If it was a 10 difficulty factor, we would have been successful.
All right. I'm gonna burn a luck point.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
no, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Seriously. Don't do it.
All right. I won't then.
Don't worry.
Okay.
I will use my. Do I have a luck point, by the way? No, I think I still have one. But
Yeah,
don't
no,
worry for me.
I
Don't
think all of
worry.
you
Don't worry.
have 3 luck points.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
anyway, you miss him by a little as you're about to catch him. That's this dwarf man. He's pretty fast.
I keep
for,
moving.
for- Well, that's just 10. You can use your action to keep dashing.
Do I want to keep dashing?
You don't have to. You can stay next to him, or you can move up to an additional 5 more squares.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, so move 5 more squares, and don't move in the same. Yeah, there you go. That's good.
I went around.
Yeah, no, that's the right thing. So that's good. So he's running as fast as he can, and would that end it? Yeah, that would end the turn. Okay, so now because all of you have been running away, clearly, we're gonna enter a chase, and because it seems like they're gonna be following.
Oh, agility
So,
tests.
yeah.
Super Mario.
So we may be returning to this battle scene very shortly. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, this is
if those
Gallean's
rolls
favorite.
are failed. So we're going to this map right here. So this is the map where you guys met the boar creature. So we're back to that map, and now what I will need from you. So all of you are rushing as fast as you can. Are you gonna stick together, or are you gonna try to go different ways?
Let's
I'm
stick
sticking together.
Yeah.
Together, man.
Together? Okay, cool. So all of you are gonna move together. You're not like literally one next to the other, but like you're moving, you're trying to run as a group. So the first test that I'm gonna ask you to do is an agility test, and it's a group test. So everybody is gonna roll, and what I need is half of the team to be successful on the test. So you're gonna make an agility test. The difficulty factor is let me check here. It's a 13. Okay. So everyone make an agility test. And then once I ask you a question, please let me know. So I did Faye, I did Tasso. No, not Tasso. I mean Jonah, and then the difficulty factor. So I'm sorry.
Oh,
No, you're not.
So
I'm
I would
sorry.
say we have 0.
They did a good roll, actually. So that's...
No, you're not sorry. It's
I'm sorry. So you guys are running as fast as you can, but you do not know where you're going. You're just going in the stick forest. There's not a lot of lights around you. Aeily is behind you, as a matter of fact, not in front. She's not leading the pack. She's the best person that can navigate this. But even her, she is like running as fast as she can. She's running for her life. You guys are just rushing as fast as you can. Unfortunately, you are seeing the trees around you start to animate. And as a matter of fact, as you guys are rushing, there are vines that come out of the ground that try to latch onto your feet to trip you. So I'm going to ask, and this is not going to be a parry. You cannot choose to do parry in here. I'm going to ask you to do, everyone, to do a dodge roll. Difficulty factor is a 13. So 13 plus 7, that's 20. You need to be to beat a 20 or more. So Faye is rolling first with her dodge, and she rolls a 36, which is wonderful. And then I got a 17. Okay. So, Aeily, success or failure? Did you beat 20?
30, yes.
Okay, good. Gallean,
Same 30.
30. Wonderful. Soul,
22 successful.
okay, successful. Faye rolled a 36. Tasso?
A natural 1.
Natural 1. So Tasso, you're gonna get tripped. And the good news for you is Jonah also gets tripped because he rolled a 17. So you and Jonah, both of you, fall on the ground as the rest of the party keeps running. But then they realize that we are on the ground and they stop, for a second to look at us. These vines like just crash the two of you on the ground. You're falling there. Next to you is Jonah. Oh, damn it. Oh, gotta get up fast. And, as the two of you look behind, you could see that the mysterious creature with blue lights on them are getting closer, and you could see that there is light starting emanating from their hands as they aim at you. So I need the two of you to make either a strength or agility test to stand up quickly. That's what you
Agility
get
for
to
me.
choose. All right. The difficulty factor is a 15 because you got tripped.
26.
Okay. Against a 20, so you are successful. And I'm gonna roll for Jonah, and he's doing strength. So Jonah, let me just check in here what his strength test is. I should have just rolled strength. So 21 plus 12, so he's successful. So the two of you stand up just in time, and you are starting to run after the party, but you are behind them. So the two of you, I'm gonna do you a little separately of the rest of the team. The first group, so I'm gonna just split you here for a little bit for the purpose of this. So the rest of the party, I'm gonna ask you, as you guys are running as fast as you can, you are trying to get as far away as possible. Aeily, I'm gonna ask you to make a perception test. Difficulty factor is a 20 because this is not easy, but you get to roll with advantage because you're trying to navigate the forest.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So go ahead and roll with advantage.
Natural 20.
And natural 1. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. So you are able, as a matter of fact, to guide the party. You could hear as
way,
you're
guys.
rushing as fast as possible. You could hear birds, and you remember those birds. Like they were up when you guys were on the upper section of this environment. You were
Mhm.
hearing it's the same kind of tweeting, and you say we have to go this way, and all of them are following you. But as you guys are rushing, there are a couple of those twigs that are running as fast as they can, and they jump to like tackle you. So I'm gonna ask you guys to make a dodge or parry roll, whichever one you want, for the group of 4 that's here. So let's go ahead and do that. The difficulty factor is a 10 because Aeily has been guiding you pretty well. So Soul rolls a natural 20. I'm gonna roll just one for all my guys. 15. So 10 plus 15, 25. Whoever doesn't have a 25 is gonna get caught. And Faye is gonna try to dodge 2 with a 26. Holy shit. All right, Aeily, what's your total?
31.
Gallean?
36.
And Soul, natural 20 with the Soul. So they jump at you one after the other as you guys are dodging through the forest. One of them almost got Faye by the shoulder, but Faye moves her hand and pushes the hand of the creature as it falls far away as you guys are rushing. Now, let's move to Tasso. Tasso and Jonah. So the two of you are like rushing together, but there are two blights, twig blights that stand before you. Jonah is running as fast as he can, and he says, "Tasso, I'm gonna just charge through them." maybe you want to blast the second one. Anyway, so he's like just rushing. He's gonna try to do a strength test to like just push him with his raw strength, with his raising his shield. Tasso, how do you want to get rid of the one that's in front of you?
I would.
As you're running, like you're doing this while running.
Can I burning hands him?
You can. You know that though it's gonna slow you down a little bit.
Okay. Well then, actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna use. I'm just gonna charge through them using my halfling ability of slippery halfling.
Okay, I see. So you're gonna actually try to circle around him and keep running. Sure. So that's not a bad idea. So let me do mine first. So as I am rushing with Jonah, I'm gonna try to, just hit him with my shield on, and force it. So let's see. Jonah has that in strength, and the blight has blights are pretty shitty on strength. Okay, so Jonah is gonna do a strength test. Here you go. Natural 20, and the blight has a 6 plus 3, that's 9. So Jonah just like hits him as he's rushing, like it's like the football player running in, bam, like getting him out of the way as he keeps his momentum going. Tasso, you rush at him as you're standing before him. He's trying to claw you, but you quickly flip around. So you're gonna roll with advantage, right?
Yep.
So let me just drop the twig blight in here as I'm doing my test. Here's the twig blight. Let's make him bigger. All right. So he's you're rolling with advantage, or am I rolling with disadvantage? What is it?
No, I roll advantage.
Okay, go ahead. So I'm gonna make one roll, and I rolled a
Natural 20.
19, and you did a natural 20. Man, you and Jonah, both of you are like stepping up right now. He blasted through it. The guy is about to catch you with his claws. You avoid it. You move to the side, and immediately you see his left arm coming in to cut you in your midsection. But you drop down. You're already pretty short. You drop down, and he's unable to catch you. And you keep your momentum. Both of you rolled a natural 20, which is great. So I'm going to say the two of you are actually pretty caught up to the rest of the team. So the rest of the team, all of you keep running, but I'm gonna ask you. So as you get to this section now of the forest, we're not very sure where to go. It's just a lot of trees on the left, a lot of trees on the right. You're hearing the screaming behind you of the creatures, and you hear their sounds, their footsteps as they're rushing. This is something that's gonna require some form of following your intuition or analyzing the patterns around you. So you could either each one try to guess it, or you could have one person do it. So whatever you want to do, but it's understanding the forest. That's what it is, what this requires.
I think that should be me.
So you want to do one roll there.
Can I throw a guidance on her with a bonus action?
Sure. So as you get behind her, you could do that. Let's make your roll to see if you're successful.
Okay.
No, not you, Jessica. Tasso.
Me. Yeah.
26. 12, you're successful. So you put your hand on her shoulder. What do you tell her?
I said, choose the best path. You
Okay.
know, you know the woods.
Yep, I know. Okay.
Trust yourself.
We're counting on you.
Aeily, what do you
Yeah.
do?
I'm looking. Can I see if I notice again any paths or directions that wood elves would have taken?
You
Or if-
could. So the wood elves, you're not sure if the wood elves are in this area, and that's going to require like actually sitting and thinking.
Okay.
You're like just trying to like make the best out of what you're seeing as you're moving. So this is not perception anymore, because you're hearing the tweeting, but you
Yeah.
don't know which. Like it could be like it's further north, further south. But the thing is, you don't know which path to go. If it's south, but you don't know which path is the best path and which path is the hardest path from where you are. So
Yeah.
this is really an intelligence or a willpower test that you're
Okay.
gonna have to do, and you get to do it with an advantage because it's about getting a good feeling on reading the topography of the forest well.
Okay.
So what are
Uh,
you doing? Are you trying to do the intelligence route, or are you trying to just get the gut feeling, the willpower
I think
route?
I'm going to do willpower.
Okay, so you get to roll with advantage. The difficulty factor is a 10 in here. So let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
So I rolled a 19. And what did you roll?
31.
Okay, so you get a good feeling. You know, as you're looking here, you feel like you your parents were always right, but you choose your own path. So you go left, decide to go left, and the rest of the party is following you. And as a matter of fact, you start noticing that the ground is getting higher, like you're on a curve, an upward going slope. But before you guys keep going to the next section, you could see that the twigs blights behind you are starting to slow down, but two of them arcane looking twig creatures, females, they point their hands at you and they discharge a blast, each one of them. I'm gonna say, because Tasso and Jonah are at the back, the two of you are gonna have to make a defense test against those. So, Tasso, would you like to start?
All right.
All right, hold on a second. Let me just pull the blight, the arcane blight. Here it is, and then I'm gonna do a magic attack. Bam! So it blasted a 23 against a 25. Man, these rolls are clutch. So it shoots this bluish arcane energy blast, and you move to the side, and it crashes on this tree, and you could see the tree itself. There are like splinters of wood flying as you keep running. And the same thing gets shot at, the same type of blast gets shot at Jonah.
Jonah.
I'm gonna do another roll, magic attack. 32. Jonah is gonna try to parry it with a shield, I guess. So he's gonna do his parry. He's natural one. That is not successful. He gets hit by the arcane blast. But you guys are able to. You feel that you're not being pursued anymore. As you
They'll
keep
keep on
running.
booking it.
Yeah, no, there is no doubt about that. You guys are still running.
And just so you know, like, as long as you're with me, difficult terrain won't slow us down. We'll keep going.
Yeah, that is true. So let me just
It's
reduce
not the train, it's the creatures jumping out of the train that slow us down.
Correct. That I can't do anything about.
Yeah. And I need to do the HP as well. So that would be the arcane blast is 1d4. Oh, nice. Well, Jonah's HP got reduced. Yay! Okay, so you guys are booking it, running as fast as you can, and then you finally stop by a little stream as you gather your breath and you look around you. The trees are more space; it's less thick than the other area where you were. You could see the light piercing through the leaves. You feel that much safer. You could hear animals moving around you, but you feel safe in this environment. Oh, Faye falls to the ground. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Where were you guys? Why didn't you follow us? She says that to Saul, Gallean, and Aeily.
It's we were held up by one tough opponent. God damn! I didn't know trolls could generate that fast.
A troll. You were attacked by a troll? I thought it was a boar.
Oh yeah, the boar we actually were able to kill, but the troll after that almost killed Gallean.
Yeah. God damn it. It was so big.
This
I'm going to use spiritual balance on it.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Make your spiritual balance test. Difficulty factor is a 10. 20. You need a 27 or higher to succeed.
Magic, right? Sorry. Damn, Darren. Pay attention. Spiritual.
I like that you're asking to do a
Willpower.
test where you don't even know what the test requires. See,
I don't know.
that's God punishing you. So take off. So initially, you should take off the EP that you're trying to spiritually balance, as you're trying to control your energy and move your energy, the energy flowing through your body, but you're unsuccessful. Your heart is beating pretty fast. Like you've gone through these difficult experiences and you had to run for your life. You were not able to do it effectively, unfortunately. Maybe you should have waited a bit before doing that. And as a matter of fact, just because you're doing it, I'm gonna do it also with Faye. So just to be entertaining, I'm gonna do 25.
I lost 24, so.
Yeah, I know it sucks, and it's a magic test. You said
Yeah, willpower.
willpower test. Okay, let me try with her. Oh God, I rolled a 21, so I need to roll a 10 or an 11 or lower. I rolled a 10. Yes, yes, this is how it's done. I'm giving you a shit there.
I know.
So you see, she's like, and actually, you're a little jealous because you notice that she is doing that. Like these damn elves, always good with magic, as she is.
All right. In secondary, I'm gonna have to take a potion.
Hold on. You can rest, right? You can use rest points.
Doesn't that take
Right.
time up? I mean, those creatures might still show up.
Well, I think that the party, will
We're
probably
safe.
need to rest sometime soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, whether you want to walk a little more before resting, but I mean, at least you will hear from Jonah that we need to take a break and maybe gather our thoughts and get ready for the next steps. eat maybe a meal or so because it's about like 1 p.m. by now.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So are you cool, guys, with resting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
plan is.
Yes.
All right. So you guys take a break for about an hour. You can eat if you have any meal that you'd like to eat, and if you do not, you have to let me know. If you do not eat a meal, you gotta let me know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Master, as everybody's resting, can I do like a internal kind of reminiscing of my monster knowledge lore about trolls, and if it's normal for them to regen?
Sure. Make a normal monster lore test.
Fair. Never mind.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of different stories about trolls. Some people say that they cannot move during the day because if they come in sunlight, they become statues. There are other people who says that troll are cunning creatures that fight with the spears, like in Warcraft. Like there is a lot of there is so many different ways that trolls are depicted, and you're not sure what that is. The other thing is you didn't know that the creature was a troll, just to
That's
be
true.
clear.
Yeah.
I was the one calling it a troll, and then all of you were like troll, troll, troll. So
No.
yeah.
Thanks.
Gallean, are you using any rest points, or are you
Yeah.
doing something else?
Yeah, I was using my response.
Did you recover any rest from it?
Not much.
Oh, you rolled
very
you
much.
rolled badly.
Yeah, very badly.
How many points did you use?
I used 2 points and I recovered 4.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
not great.
that's pretty bad. But anyway.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. All right. Well, at least all of you took about an hour break. Ate some food, and as you guys are eating food and trying to recover, Jonah says, "Those twig blights. It seems that it probably means that there is some form of evil in this forest."
Yeah.
Yep.
there is some kind of evil, and it's gonna be tough to defeat them because they are magic wielders. And, I don't really love magics, as you know. It's, they are cowards. They don't come next to you. They stand afar. I don't like those people. Like those people.
And
Did anyone see any talismans or anything around the area where the blights were?
none that
Talisman?
that draw my attention, but I have to admit that I was more focused on the creatures themselves that were attacking us. And
Yeah.
Faith says I
Yeah.
didn't see any such thing when we were down there.
Yeah, me neither. I didn't notice anything.
I just
It
feel
was,
like there's a difference between this forest and that forest, and I don't know what would draw the line.
Jonah says, "Well, it depends because when you have blights, they are all emanating from an evil tree. The evil tree starts spreading its corruption around the area. So it seems that section right there is where the tree that's spreading the evil is.
Would it
Or
be
at
that,
least that's my assumption.
that large female one at the end? Would it be her?
Mama?
I'm not sure. I have never met such a creature before. I have fought twig blights before. I fought vine blights and I fought arcane blights, but I've never fought. Well, what we would be called arcane blights are similar to the female creature with the blue energy
She called them
overflow.
her daughters, so
Yeah, it is possible then that she is the source of evil.
she'd tell me that. Who am I to say who nature is? Because she seemed like she wanted to be nature.
You know who I
Oh,
miss
yeah.
right now, guys?
Radolf?
Yes.
Of course, we can use them.
And I explained to Tasso that basically Redoubt was like a druid that we used to know, and
So
we
is
had
the
this.
druid, says Jonah. A very powerful druid too. Are you underestimating Tasso's ability in druidic?
Oh
No,
no,
he's
no,
not.
Oh,
No,
no,
he's
Tasso,
not.
tell him.
no,
He's
no.
just telling a story.
I look at John like, you know, this is not like a measurement. I'm just recounting because the situation was very similar to what we had back in a forest next to Fending. It was surrounded by blights, and it seemed that the source of corruption used to be a stone that gave us a very, very hard time to actually tame it down because it was, and I recount like it was controlling us, and that there was the zombie that was regenerating, you know, like, and I wonder if this.
And just so you know, Tasso has no idea what you're talking about if you don't say what happens.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
I
yeah,
recount
you're
the
right.
whole thing. Yeah, okay, you recount the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
Tasso
sorry,
is
sorry.
there, huh?
Sorry.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm used to trying to make it brief so that I don't go tangent. But basically, like, yeah. So it was a story. It was a forest that's corrupted by evil, and there was a tower in which the source of this evil, source of this influence, and emanated from, and it was called, the area was called Thunder Tree, and there were blights everywhere, and we had to run through the blights, not to fight them to reach to the source. And we found a gray stone within a box, but the box was open, and there was like this creature that the best I can describe it is some sort of zombie amalgamation of corpses of other adventurers who dared to go inside of the den. So it had like different kind of body parts from all the adventurers. And obviously trying to kill it proved to be extremely difficult because it was regenerating the more like the after we were able to hit. And because of this greater power, aka Game Master, he was rolling pretty high on, on regenerations. And yeah, so we were doing almost no damage. But so like one of the things that I try to do is to go to the source of the problem, which is the stone, and try to grab it. By doing that, proved to cause my character, cause me, I'm talking as soul, me to be controlled by the stone and actually turn against my my fellow comrades. And it seemed to be that not the stone didn't only control you if you were touching it, but also if you were just next to it. It will tempt you into you grabbing it, and that caused issues between the team. And it was only thanks to Redot, a fellow druid such as yourself, that we were able to close the box, which reduced the influence of the stone, and then we buried the stone so that we were able to. And of course, we were also stopped by a group of cultists who tried to get the box from us, who knew about it, but we were able to destroy them as well. And we, ironically, the stone.
It's all right, says Faye. I think you're, you're going into your date of birth and your first
Yeah.
love. Anyway, just relax, relax. It's all good. It's okay. It's okay. I know
It's a
that's
traumatic experience, Faye. It's a traumatic experience.
yeah, I know when he's stressed, he starts talking a lot, but it's all good. It's all
What
good.
happened to the zombie thing?
Oh,
Which
God.
one?
What?
Did you kill the zombie?
No, the zombie thing, once we took the stone and sealed it back, it melted down. It was pretty disgusting.
I'm glad I didn't see that.
And I think Aeily had a sandwich while the creature was melting.
I just suddenly got hungry.
God. So anyway. But yeah, interesting story, Sol. It seems that you guys have gone through a lot of challenges. I doubt, though, that the stone was the cause of the evil. It may have been a secondary evil, but I doubt that it was the cause of the blights.
What?
He's talking about the current one, right? Or
No, I'm talking about back in the tower.
oh, it wasn't.
I doubt that it was the source of the evil.
How would you know that?
I think this is the game master telling us that we're recounting incorrectly.
Well, the thing is that these tree, there are specific. It has to be a tree.
Thunder tree?
There has to be a tree that's corrupted and that's spreading the corruption. That's how the twig blights even exist. So a tree must be corrupted.
Must be that. It must be that female one because she made gestures and more tree blights appeared.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just talking about his story when he was talking when they were in their adventures. I believe he attributed the twig's existence to the stone, but I do not think
could the stone have corrupted the tree?
it is possible. I do not know how the tree gets corrupted, but I know that the twig blights are all coming from, or it's like a disease that spreads, that corrupts the land. And a lot of times, to be able to destroy the blights, you have to go and destroy that tree, the original tree that created them. Because you can keep destroying trees, the original tree would still spread its corruption to other trees. And then the next thing you know, you have to destroy all the forest or so. So anyway, nasty creatures. That's why when we were standing there, Tasso, and I could see the trees moving, I was very worried about your safety. And I had to pull you in.
Never seen tree blights before. They're scary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, us dwarf, we have a machine that cut down trees very fast. It will solve this problem, you know. And then you can make houses out of those trees.
The diseased tree?
Yeah, sure. Make a good table out of the tree. It would work well. Blacksmith table also could work.
I like your survivalist mentality. Use everything that
sure
that you have. All right.
I want to look around and see if I can tell which way we're going next.
Okay. You could make a perception test.
How badly hurt are people still? I
Um,
start looking at everybody.
so you look at everybody, you'd see that Gallean, like has a couple of blues on his bodies. Like he has a little bit of bleeding. Faye has some scratches on her. Like she's not, she's trying to look tough, but she's taking some damage, and Aeily as well.
Okay, I'm gonna. Who looks the worst?
Gallean.
I'm gonna move
He
over
will
to
never.
Gallean.
He will never admit it, though.
Move over to Gallean, and
Nah,
I'm gonna.
I'm good. I'm good. It's
No,
just
no.
crap.
You need a little healing light upon you. And I reach out and touch him. Hell breath, and I'm gonna empower it.
Oh, you're gonna empower it. Go.
Yep.
All right. So don't roll a shit roll.
I know.
Oh, I rolled it an 18. Oh God, you gotta roll high.
I hate you. Ah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's good. That's a good reply. I like it. All right. So describe to him how he feels as he and then tell him how much he recovers.
So I reach out, touch you, mutter the word Hellbred, and you see all this energy, white energy, interlaced with little traces of blue feed into you, and it's just like you're like, oh rush, and then you heal 20 hit points.
28 points. Oh boy.
And he
I feel
as he
warm.
does as he but for a second you were about to punch him in the face when he touches you. You almost heard him say inbred, and you're like, what?
What? Inbred?
He just
What
turned
are
and
you
looked
saying
at
here?
him.
Dwarves,
But
they live
Get
in little groups
my
in the
sister
wood.
out of this.
I'm gonna mess with all your magic words.
Thank
We
you.
got mentals. We got inbred.
And
We got
so,
sure.
who looks worse between the other two?
It would be Faye, then Aeily.
So I will move over to Faye next and do the same thing to Faye.
Ah, my favorite halfling. Thank you.
Hope. Oh crap.
Natural
Yes.
one.
Nice.
You are successful. Do you empower it or not? Because you said you do
I
the same
empower it.
thing.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I'm
Okay.
empowering it.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Nice.
gonna burn my points. I might as well do it now.
Oh, she just recovering. Oh,
Then I'll move
well,
over to Aeily and do the same thing.
all right. And now you're gonna roll your natural one. Go ahead.
Yeah. Ooh, 15. No 20.
All right, you are successful. So Aeily, same thing. As he touches you, you recover 20 HP, and you feel this warmth and this
Wow.
feeling of life and exhilaration as you recover.
Thank
Then
you
I'm
so
gonna-
much.
You're welcome. Then I'm gonna try to transfer 15 points between energy and magic.
All right, let's do that.
This is the one that I'm gonna screw up.
Oh, I don't know, roll the 16, baby. So go ahead. The 26 total by 1 point. 10 plus 16. That's 1 point.
I hate life. Okay.
As you finish that, you're trying to use a lot of your magic. You're trying to breathe slowly so that you could flow your
Balance
energy
it
through
out.
magic and balance your chakra points. But unfortunately, casting those 3 spells has weakened you, and unfortunately that didn't work out.
All right. Hopefully we won't get into any battles anytime soon. By 5 minutes.
Are you feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm okay. A little tired, even after resting.
Well, don't push yourself too hard. We need you.
Everyone's better off now. Stupid tree blights. Creatures with weird
All
energy.
right. Aeily, I think you said you wanted to do some tests to try to figure out where to go next, right?
Yeah.
So please go ahead and make your perception test for me.
Okay. And then it's with advantage.
Yes, because you're in
Natural 20.
another natural 20. As you're looking around and listening using your senses, you get a sense that, and looking at the topography around you, you get a sense that if you keep going straight, you're probably going to get back. The terrain is getting higher. You're probably going to get back on the road that you have been going on, or at least on a similar path. And in the area where you are, you do not see much indicators of wood elves' presence.
Okay.
But on the road that you were taking originally, that was the case.
Yeah.
So after everyone, I'm assuming everyone is ready to move to the next.
Yeah.
To start moving, right?
And
So
just keep in mind that we met a boar the last time, so keep an eye out for around us.
okay. So as after that, you guys start getting in position. So put your characters in position. But Faye and Aeily are gonna lead the path because they are the ones who are gonna be moving forward. And yes, Tasso, I agree. So that's how you guys are gonna move. All right. So you get in position, and then you start moving. You follow Ailey's lead.
Mhm.
As you guys actually, as you're following her, you are getting it's sloping upward, and you're getting to this upper section of the forest. And Ailey, at this point, you start seeing more marks that indicate to you that this is a path that's being taken by wood elves. And keep walking for about, well, first, I'm gonna pick one person in the group, a random person. I'm gonna say that person is going to be Ivy, just for fun, because you're the first person, you're the one leading it. Roll a d20 for me.
6.
Roll low. Okay, roll the 6. Gotcha. So it takes you, as you guys are walking, it takes you about a solid hour and a half making your way through the woodlands, and you're pretty confident in the path you are taking when you emerge at the edge of a clearing and looking around, all the ground has been cleared of grass, leaving bare earth. You do notice that there are 5 low mounds protruding from the earth, and there are small saplings that are growing on top of them.
Mm.
There is a low, rough-hewn stone altar at the south end of the clearing. And looking at that altar, you notice that there is some apples and acorns have been placed there. There is a small fire that burns underneath the altar. You can smell the fragrance of some aromatic wood on the smoke as it drifts towards you. The clearing is otherwise empty, apart from a little bit of like leaves that are twirling, being blown by wind. What would you like to do?
This looks like a wild halfling temple. Is what
A
ours
wild
look like.
halfling temple, huh?
Oh.
Do you think there will be any in this horse? I wouldn't be surprised.
Can I roll for religion
Sure.
to see if there's any kind of symbolism around the temple, if there's any like motifs or drawing like carvings that make sense to me.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, success.
A success. And you rolled a 13. What's your normal score?
60.
60. Okay. So on your success, there is nothing religious that you know of related to this, but your knowledge of religion doesn't extend to like very specific things. You just have like a high level understanding of religion. But what you do know is this is like this seems like a place of rest, a place where people have been buried.
Mm.
That's what it seems to you. You don't know. You're not sure what kind of religion, but the mounds on the ground probably indicate to you that people were buried there. The
Okay.
altar nearby is probably where people would go to pray. That's what it feels like. It's not specific to any religion that you know of, but that's the feeling that you get from this.
Okay. I relay that to the team.
And as you look around you do see that it's calm and quiet around here. Like this place is more. There is a feeling of it being more solemn.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel it. I think we shouldn't disturb this place too much.
Yeah.
And
Just to speak to
Aeily,
the dead.
as he says that, like this seems like you haven't seen it exactly like this growing up, but this has a lot of marks of like places where wood elves would be buried. The mound now that he's mentioning it,
Putting a tree
and
there.
then planting a tree above
Hmm.
it, to give life back to nature and that kind of stuff. That's what it feels like to you.
Yeah. Step lightly, um, please.
This altar reminds me of the home tree. We used to put fruits and stuff to Mother Nature as a gift.
You did?
Mhm.
Oh, that's a good idea.
What
Yeah.
do we make I don't not a sacrifice, but
An offering?
an offering, yeah,
Are
or
you
something.
are you volunteering?
Mm.
Says Jonah in a joking way.
There is one thing I respect, and
I mean,
that's the dead.
the elf over there. He points at Faye. He says she wouldn't mind if you volunteered. Then you could see Faye, with a smirk on her face, like smirking, thinking about the possibility of you sacrificing yourself on the altar for the benefits of
I'm not
of.
sacrificing. I said an
Okay.
offering, an offering. I can
No,
give
no, but I'm
food
telling you
if
what's in her mind. Like she's thinking of that. She's smirking. She's almost feeling bad that she visualized yourself. You kidding yourself to show your thanks.
I'm gonna take a ration out of my bag and cut it and give the other half to Gallean, and we can make an offering.
Yep. I use half a ration from me too.
Okay. So the two of you take bits of your food, and what do you do with that food?
Put it on the altar.
Okay. So you
Do you know
approach the
any
altar.
words or anything?
So as as you
Well,
approach the altar, you could feel the wind and the leaves blowing through you, but just gently. And I'm gonna ask. Actually, the best one to do that is probably Faye. So let me just do this from Faye. No. Okay. So you get in, and then you put the food on top of them. There is like this stone looking shape, almost like a bowl, but you're not sure. And that's where the apple and the acorn were put, and then you drop in some of your food. And at that point, when you do that, you hear a sound from the bushes nearby. You look at it and you see a creature that looks like a panther, but as it comes out, it's almost as if it's made out of moss, but actually creature or the beast has that moss on its body. It's not made out of it. and it steps out. And as you see it, it has these horns that go back. It has this whitish, almost beard-like hair that comes out of its chin, and it's walking towards you. And as it's walking, there is a humanoid that comes out of there, a man, an elf. But looking at him, he looks like he's wearing very, archaic clothes. He doesn't have anything on his top. He's half naked, wearing these greenish cloth around him. He's holding on to, with his right arm, he's holding on to what looks like a bow. You're not sure. Initially, you thought it was a shield, but it looks like a bow. He has these, his hair has moss in it. You can see leaves, some dirt, but it's like pulled back in a ponytail. He's wearing around his neck these multiple necklaces or chain. Yeah, they're not chains. They're made out of leather. He steps out and he puts his arm on the back of the beast, which calms the beast. The beast is looking at you with its yellowish, greenish eyes. And as he steps forward, he says,
Bagheera.
"You,
No.
you
Sorry.
the human, not the human, the elf says, you are far from home, strangers."
Is he speaking common?
He is speaking common. "I would caution you to be very careful on what you will do or say. Know that I do not have my brother's patience. And know that I'm not here alone. There are many of us. Their arrows are pointed at you at this very moment.
Can I use
And we're going to go on a
perception?
break."
Oh, shit. Okay.
Exactly what I thought was gonna
Yeah.
Right.
Now in our commercial break.
happen.
Yeah. Back, everybody. All right, let's see how this is going to go. So, you guys, the last time you have given a donation of food on the altar,
Yep.
and then a couple of minutes later, a beast and its master, who seems to be a wood elf, appeared from the bushes and addressed the party. As they made their way closer to your group, they said that you were far from home and that they would caution you to be very careful on what you will do or say. The individual said that something along the lines of, that he doesn't have his brother's patience. And then he also indicated that there are many of them with their bows and arrows pointed at the group, the
Yep.
party. So, what would you guys like to do?
I'd like to whisper.
I
Okay, go ahead, Gallean.
wanted to use perception to see if there is anyone around us that is hidden.
Sure. Make a perception test.
Yeah, 27.
You got a 27 as a total.
Yeah.
You look around you. It's quiet, but you get a sense that you are being watched. You just look. You are unable to see
Hmm.
who it is. Okay. So, Soul, what did you want to do or say?
Yeah, I slowly sheath my mace and put back
Well,
my.
it's assumed. Just so you know, it's assumed that all of you have sheatheded your weapon
Oh,
because
okay.
you went on a rest and had food and all that.
All right. So I just whispered to Aeily, I'm like, I think you got this, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So I
I,
look at Gallean and I'm like, shh.
I'm not gonna make a perception test because I know that he's telling the truth about who's out there and that there's weapons pointed at us. I'm just gonna put my hands up and speak in Elvish with the Wood Elf dialect. I know that we are in your territory. I'm very sorry. We're coming to extract foreigners. It's been a while since I've talked with this language. And in doing so, we're finding ourselves investigating a problem that might be happening. Again, I'm sorry that we are in your territory. We're trying very carefully to not disturb the environment around us. We've made our offering. You haven't seen any foreigners around here, have you? High elf, some humans?
So 1 second there. Do you want to cast this spell, Gallean?
No, that's fine. Yeah, no, fine.
I'm I'm just asking what you want to do. If you want to do that, you got to cast the spell.
Yeah, no. No, it's fine. It's fine.
So the man looks at you carefully as you are talking to him, Aeily, and he says, "Interesting. You do speak Elven very well. What is an outsider doing here?"
I don't necessarily agree with why the outsiders are here. They were sent by humans to do some work and create lumber for the humans to survive with. Their culture is weird.
He starts laughing as you say that. To survive.
Yeah, they use it to like shelter
To
themselves.
survive. Are you joking? Don't you know who humans are?
I know who humans are.
And in your belief, do you believe that they needed to come here to survive?
I didn't agree with why they came, why I'm coming to take them away.
I will ask you a question, and I hope you can answer truthfully. And by the way, he's talking to her in Elven. So you guys who don't speak Elven do not understand. Have you seen my brother,
No,
an elf male named Vinali?
no. I have not seen anyone alive. You are the first one alive that I've seen.
He's gonna make a intelligence test against your masquerade. He's trying to
Mhm.
see if you're telling the truth or not.
So I need to roll masquerade.
Exactly. If you succeed, he does not get a good read on you.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, roll.
Natural one.
Okay, so you seem like you are telling the truth. All right. I do appreciate your donations to those who have fallen, but I too do not. He looks at the rest of the party and he says, I do not condone having folks just barging around here, and especially not these humans. Greedy creatures, aren't they? Believing that they are at the center of all creation, that the land, forest, water, animals are all theirs. Blind fools. And we elves always have to fix what they break.
These ones are my family. Point me to the direction we can search for the foreigners in without disturbing you.
Well, as it happens, we are also trying to find them.
You don't know what happened to them?
All that I know is that the camp has been destroyed, utterly destroyed,
By who?
and that Venali's mind has been poisoned by that outsider witch. She made him leave his people and join her on her quest for revenge. My brother would never betray his people. She made him do it.
Is she an elf?
He looks away and says, yes, an outsider. An elf that came from the human city, claiming to come here in peace, claiming to want to establish a relationship. Of course, they want to establish a relationship for the benefit of those who have paid them. It's always about gold, always about money, always about greed. That's why you outsiders, once you leave your homes, you get corrupted as well. You start forgetting what the true essence of being an elf is.
I'm an outsider.
Of course, if you were not an outsider, why would you be here?
I just didn't know what the word for it was.
Well, yeah, you elves who have decided to leave your homeland. Some of those humans, you call yourself high elves and such, but you're nothing more than fools who have decided to leave your home, to leave the home that have nurtured you and given you so much, ran after the young graces, wanted to educate them. Look at your product, as he points at, like, with his eyes at Soul and Jonah. Humans killing each other, all for what? Gold, power. Foolish creatures.
It's more complicated, but that's a story for another time. You know which way your brother and this witch went?
I do not know. We have been patrolling our side of the forest for a while, and we haven't seen a piece of them. So we have been expanding our search, going in territories that are not ours.
It's dangerous. Are you running across infections in the forest?
Well, there always are infections around the forest. The blights are very hard to eradicate, but I believe we're doing a pretty good job at eliminating the ones that threatened our home.
Oh,
I look at Jonah and like this. What's he mean?
Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative.
What's so hard?
Get your people going.
By looking at the expression, can I see if the conversation is going well or not?
You can try to do an insight check, but you could see that the way he's talking is very firm. But you can do an insight check if you like.
Insight, is that
Yeah,
stat?
insights. There is an insights stat in there.
If somebody else wants to do this one, there is something else in the meantime.
Just so you know, if you click on your guy, number 17 is insight.
Oh yeah, I was looking for it there and I couldn't see it. Yep. Yeah, I have no clue.
Yeah, you're watching. You're just focused on the words. You're like, man, there's a lot of vowels in what they're saying.
I move so that I'm between the cat thing
Between the cat thing and who?
and nuts.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
So you get in there. The cat thing doesn't look like it's looking at nuts per se, but
But
you
I
can
just
see
have
that.
this image in my head of cats hunting squirrels. So
Yeah, yeah. But the cat thing is definitely, like looking at soul, like with its eyes, with its yellow greenish eyes.
Okay.
Okay. So, anything else for you, Aeily?
um, I'll ask more how you keep the blights away from your home, but my most pressing priority, though, is to find those people, the which you say. Um, sounds like you need to also find them.
Yes. Well, not them. We need to find Venali and the people that he has taken with him, our folks that he has taken with him.
Now, is it possible we could do this together and avoid coming to a altercation once?
Let me ask you a question. What brings you here? What truly brings you here?
Well, I didn't want to come, to be honest. I just never mind. But we need to take them back safely to the big city. It's not just a human city. It's their blacksmiths. Away from here.
Even you are cleaning the mess of humans. The humans barged in, fervently cutting our and exploiting trees, acting as if they owned Felareth. We warned them to stop their activities and to leave. We told them to not venture further in the woods. The forest is home to many creatures and tribe, some less hospitable than others, and some with ancestral hatred. Now, they have to keep doing what they wanted to do. They had to keep cutting trees. They wanted more and more. Now, that hatred is unleashed on us all.
Is that the blight?
I do not care for your humans. I do not think that we would be able to collaborate. All I care about is my brother and the people he took with him.
I know I can't glide out of here despite me really wanting to disappear. If we leave, are you going to be following us? I have to
No,
I have to find them.
no, we will not follow you. As a matter of fact, we will go our own way to look for those who we care about.
Your brother?
Yes,
So I should follow you.
you can, but just do not blame me if your backs are filled with arrows.
Uh, which way are you going?
He smiles and say, "We will leave after you."
I'm going to ooh,
Meanwhile, as the conversation is going, Faye is trying to she swings closer to you guys and she tries to recap high level how the conversation is going because she understands Elven. She doesn't understand necessarily Wood Elf dialect, but she like it's the same, like it's like talking classical Arabic and Egyptian. She catches a lot of it and explains to the rest of the party, like what's going on. So you guys get a brief feel from what she says, from what Faye says. Here's what she tells you guys. She tells you that the Wood Elves are looking for a member of their tribe called Venali, and for it seems like he has taken some people with him, and they believe that he has been bewitched by Lady Xena. That's what she is assuming. And she adds also that they're not very fond of the Tabor activities, and that they like they warned them to get out of here, that there were other things here, that they shouldn't exploit it, and that there have been some consequences to their actions. And it seems so far, based on what she's hearing, that it's not the Wood Elves who have done the massacre.
mhm.
And it seems that Lady Xena has recruited Venali to seek revenge on who or what.
You think
Can
he
I?
knows what did it?
I don't
Can I?
know, maybe.
Who did the
So
massacre?
so
Sir,
Faye whispers to you in your ear as you are talking. She says, do you think you can ask him who he thinks has done the massacre?
yes.
Okay, hold on. Soul, was there anything you wanted to do?
No, I'll wait for this one to play out before I talk.
Okay.
Sir, first, may I ask your name?
My name is Iolas.
I'm Aeily Ergar.
Hmm.
Nice to meet you. And
He nods.
do you happen to know whom massacred the humans and if any of your people were attacked?
Make a persuasion test with advantage.
Persuasion. Okay.
You gotta roll high.
30. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Gallean's with me.
No, he is with you, but Gallean hasn't been engaged in the conversation at all. You need to have him get
Oh,
engaged in the conversation to get that bonus. So it's like you guys feed off of each other when you're arguing. But you did have a 30, and the 30 is enough to be successful. So he said, he takes a second looking at you. He looks at the trees around, and then he says, it takes a moment, and then the humans have trespassed on the horned one's territory. Those monstrosities live deep within the twisted wood and beyond. They are violent, war-driven folks that seek only to plague and destroy the civilization of mankind. They prey on the weak and defenseless with barbaric ferocity. So, when their arch nemesis, the humans, have decided to enter their territory and take what belongs to them, how do you think those creatures decided to act?
they didn't discriminate to only humans.
I do not know. All I know is that the village, or the whole camp, has been completely obliterated. As a matter of fact, my understanding is that they first destroyed the campsite that was closer to them. But those are barbaric and ferocious creatures. So they decided to go in and teach those who have trespassed a lesson. And then we learned from your predecessors, from the outsider and the witch, we learned that they have been obliterated. Women, children, everybody got killed in horrendous ways. So she came to us and she asked to build an alliance and to get revenge. But our leader wasn't very keen on that. Our leader has determined, and rightly so, that this wrath wouldn't have been unleashed if not for the humans' actions. And now we had to clean that up as well. The horned ones haven't disturbed these sides of the forest in a very long time. As a matter of fact, we thought that they were done with this area. Now they're back, angry, bloodthirsty, willing to exact their revenge. Our priority is to protect our people. So we prepared. Should that cursed kin attack us, they will be welcomed by arrows that they would not see. It is not our job to go and seek battle with them. We'll wait for them. Should they decide to come, it will be their grave.
How are
And she
you
kept
going?
pressuring. She kept pressuring, kept spoiling our members' mind, and we've been resilient. But my brother fell to her spells. And he decided he took 12 of his best folks, and they joined her. And we haven't heard from him since.
Join her to go to the Horned One's territory?
I suppose.
Is that where the
So
blights are?
Faye relays that to the rest of the party.
Okay. Alice, I understand more than you know why you're angry. Not trying to convince you otherwise. But you know, obviously, more than me, how dangerous and scary this is. And I know that your tribe is the safety of your tribe is important to you and can be resentful, but we need to find them. Probably should work together on that.
Well, he says, me and my men will find Venali and the folk he has taken. You are free to find your folk. As a matter of fact, I am thanking your actions and your candid attitude by allowing you to stay here without engaging in a fight right here, right now.
Thank you. Well,
So, meanwhile, the rest of the party, after Faye told you, is there anything you want to do or say, or are you cool?
I asked Faye to ask her to ask about that female, that big tree-like woman
Ah, yeah, good point.
that seemed to be the leader of the twig people,
Okay.
twig corruptions. See if you know anything about her.
So Faye whispers that to you, Aeily.
okay.
Tells you Tasso is asking about.
Oh, we encountered um, very scary mother tree that was attacking my friends died. Was she a blight? Was she a horned one? Do you know what that was?
What does she look like?
Well, she looks like a tree with a flower in her hand. I mean, I was running, so details might be a little lost on me. She was behind me. I was out of there as fast as I could.
You may have encountered a blight's wrath, or we call her the blight wrath. And you should, I feel impressed that you have survived encountering such a creature.
Well, yes,
The creature
we,
is able to animate other blights in the area and
yeah,
direct them to battle. And it's a good thing you were able to survive. Otherwise, you would have, well, died and probably out of your bodies, other trees will latch onto you, or blights more specifically, and feed as they grow and spread their corruption around the land.
as we were running, they stopped chasing us after a while.
Well, yes, the blights do not wish to leave their area. They spread their corruption and grow as such, but they will not leave the area that they control.
Is it not contained then?
It will be contained, but as you know, we're dealing with other issues right now.
Okay.
All right. And Faye relays that to the rest of the party.
Okay. Hmm.
I guess it's time for you to leave, I assume.
Yeah.
All I could say is you probably want to head north, where the campsite is, the one that has been destroyed, and then find clues or on where the horned ones may have gone.
Thank you.
Game Master, I have a question. The north, isn't that where we came from? Because we were traveling south.
Yes,
if we come
so
back,
you guys came from Camp Tabor, and
yeah.
then you headed in the woods. And in the woods, the road splits in two ways, one going south and one going north.
Okay, and so
The
that's
southern side is where the large camp, felling camp, is. The north side is where you had the smaller camp, where you had
That
when
weird tree
you
thing.
got there, you saw that there was blood,
yeah.
like dried blood and stuff like that, and where you had the tree, where you saw a horned guy killing somebody, and where you had the poison blow you guys. That's the northern part, and the northern part didn't have, was more wild than the southern part.
Okay.
So that's, and you guys have been going south, like since you came,
Yeah.
you just because you wanted to, and also the book from Kirill Tabor was saying that they met the elves in the southern campsite.
Yeah.
You guys went to the south.
Okay. Um,
So Faye pulls you Aeily for a second and says, "Hey, like maybe we talk for with the rest of the group. I was helping catch them up on what's going on. So maybe we
Oh,
just talk to the rest of the group and figure out what we want to do here."
okay. I think we should go to them. And whatever we do, we should do not make any fast movements and get moving before we start making too many details.
We're gonna head back north because there's a different route we can take.
Is there a different route
Rather
we can
not,
take?
I'd rather not go through the one we just came through.
Yeah, that's a good point. If we could avoid the territory of those creatures,
Yeah, the
The blight
blights.
trap.
that would be
Yeah,
wise.
I don't necessarily want to lead you through that place either, just because we
Maybe,
survived once.
Can we ask
maybe
him
they
to give
could.
us a guide that can get us around that?
Sure. No?
Faye starts laughing as you say that.
He was not very
I'm,
receptive to.
I'm very sorry, Tasso. I didn't mean to laugh at you. It's just I remember how he spoke to her, and if we asked him such a question, I wouldn't be surprised if an arrow flies at us.
Well, then we probably shouldn't ask that question.
No.
I don't feel like getting hit by arrows.
Maybe
What
can
else are
he indicate path?
he indicated north?
Yeah, well, north is very vague. North is.
Gallean,
I'm a wood
Gallean.
elf. I'm a wood elf. I will try to find us a path.
Yes, we'll find a way.
Okay.
Gallean. And I'm like, don't you fucking learn?
But
We need to get
the
out
guy,
and then
the guy is there. He
He's-
knows the forest like
Look,
his pocket.
yeah.
Why not ask him?
Yeah, he doesn't owe you anything though. Do you want problems?
Well, kindness maybe.
Would you?
I'm
Would
not
you?
a human. I'm a
would you
dwarf. Maybe
smith?
he
Okay.
would be kind with the small
Listen,
people.
would you?
Guys,
Would you
guys,
smith?
voices.
Would you smith for free?
If the person.
No, you
is,
won't.
kind
No, you
enough.
won't. Okay, so I check if he's lying. Basically, I'm like, no, I'm trying to detect that he's
Tasso,
lying.
you're trying to
So
do
what
your
was the
intelligence against your masquerade.
masquerade?
Well, first, are you lying or not?
Kind of.
Yeah. Okay. So do intelligence against masquerade.
Where is my masquerade? I don't even know how much. Oof. Not that
All right,
much.
Cubes, roll your intelligence.
Yeah, just I'm checking the stat. Yeah, intelligence 12. Yeah.
21 for
Oh fuck!
Oh, one.
Why am I so unlucky?
I mean, he like
I'm
thinking
so
about him.
unlucky.
He's so kind all the time that he fixed people's armor and used his spells to buff you, and you're like, oh yeah, no, at face value,
that's true.
Yeah, he's a kind
Yeah.
person.
So you agree with my why not asking him?
Okay,
Just,
out of RP, I'm like, fuck you, you piece of shit. In RP, I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. You actually can be kind. I guess there are exceptions to the rule.
I
You're
play
right.
my character. Sorry, I play my character. I didn't understand from
You somtah your character. I rolled a 1, you piece of shit. I'm like, yeah. I guess there are exceptions, just like you are the kindest dwarf that I know who was really altruistic. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess you have a point. I start to ponder about that. So that's pretty much it.
So what do you think, guys?
I'm just gonna go.
Okay.
Do you want to convince her, Gallean? You can try to
Do I
convince
want
her with
to?
a persuasion test. Okay, Jessica, he is trying to convince you with his persuasion against your confidence.
My confidence.
Yeah, and you do have an advantage, Jessica, on your roll because you know that thing that it's like wood elves are you typically not good to joke with.
They do not. They're not easy to.
Yeah, so you get an advantage, and then what's your total, Gallean?
That was close. 23.
23. Oh God, that was so close.
That
You're
was so
almost there
close.
for a second. You almost were gonna take Gallean's like recommendation, but like you remember that you just have seen too much how hard-headed the wood
Yeah.
elves can be that you decided
Yeah.
no, this is not. It's not gonna end
It's
well.
not gonna happen.
Ah,
Yeah.
too bad.
Let's just go and then we can talk about it later. I can give you guys more details, but this area is not the place to do that. And we're getting a free pass for making an offering. So
Alright.
let's take it.
Okay.
Find out what the cat's name was.
No, I considered doing beast sense, but I was so scared I almost pooped.
I'm assuming you're done, says Iola.
Yes, we will be leaving.
Great. And right before you leave, he says, he taps you on the back and gives you a whistle.
Okay.
And he says, should you meet my brother Vinali, we recommend that you blow on that whistle. That would let us know, and we'll be able to join you.
Are you going to kill us? If I
No,
blow on
as a
this
matter of fact, we may even reward you for helping us.
Okay. Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
He nods. And then after that, are you guys leaving?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you leave, you walk out of the clearing back into the woods. And
Mhm.
as you do that, so who's at the back? Back is okay, Tasso and Jonah. Tasso, make a perception test.
I was gonna say too, as I'm leaving, I turn back and I do this, not looking at anybody specific.
So you
Perception.
do that and then make a perception test.
19.
I rolled a 2. You don't see much, but it almost feels like you're not sure if a tree branch was waving back at you. You're looking there for a second and you're like, yeah, it is a tree branch,
Is
but
it
it almost
waving?
feels like it's waving through
Or
the
is it being
wind.
animated?
Yeah, it's waving back at you. And yeah, just you follow the group as you're pondering, was that an optical illusion? Did that really happen? Or was it just luck? Or was it
They,
an elf?
they're
I'm not
nicer than
sure.
she says. So they're nicer than
So,
they appear.
so you guys make your way uh, out of that area. Um, and as you're about to start finding your ways back, is there anything you want to do or say or debrief or whatever?
Yeah, we definitely need to debrief. I would advise.
So Faye starts with, what the fuck is a horned one?
Yeah. That cat was
And
horned. It had horns.
I don't think it's the horned ones are as neutral as like an animal. I think that I've never seen one or heard of them before, but they don't sound good.
Must recognize
anybody who
this.
has like common
Most.
lore, monster lore,
Yep.
something like
I was
that
gonna
could
ask
be
that.
used.
Yeah,
I do.
I
I do.
can use that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys roll with disadvantage if you have common lore, or
Oh, come
if
on,
you roll
really?
twice and you pick the worst number.
Oh, I failed by 2 points. No, wait, hold on. Did I level it up? Hold on, hold on. Wait. Oh, come on.
Where is
That's
my
the
pen?
worst.
So when you roll a disadvantage, don't you take the lowest roll?
Yeah.
No, you take the worst roll. That's
The
what
worst
you
roll.
do. Yeah.
Nice try though, Tasso.
I failed by 2 points, Ahmed. 2
You
points.
failed by 2 points. Great. And use Gallean.
Failed.
Okay. There are a lot of creatures that have horns. A lot.
Is it me?
Demons, non-demons, like there's just a lot of creatures with horns. So you're not necessarily sure of what they are talking about.
I wonder if they put markers up to mark their territory, or to say, "I've been here."
Who do you mean? Says Jonah.
The horned ones,
Well, that's a good question.
because I wonder if they're following that.
If they are what?
If they're following those markers, those landmarks, and they think they're going to take 12 wood elves and go to war.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This is good. But the good news is, I guess you did a really good job, Aeily.
What?
He puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, "You did a really good job. You were able to step up. Keep that confidence as like you're gonna get far and you're ahead in life. I'm very proud of you." And the good news is also that it seems that Lady Xena may still be alive,
Yeah,
and it seems like she came with some of her followers. So I wonder if there are potentially even more people from the camp that have survived.
that's my
And
hope
that
as well.
means there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're going to be able to help them and save them all.
You think the camp was wiped out before Lady Xena and her people showed up?
I believe so because, well, I believe so because they said that she came to seek revenge.
Right.
So that's what I would see as a correlation there, unless if there was something else that she was coming to seek revenge for.
Is she a vengeful person? Is she a witch? He said she was a witch.
Well, she's an enchantress, but I wouldn't call her a witch per se.
Well,
Do you think
the-
she enchanted his brother? Or do you think he went of his own free will?
I do not think, in all honesty, I do not think that she would intentionally enchant somebody, if you see what I mean.
Oh, so she's like Faye.
No.
Um,
Faye is special.
and Faye smiles, she says, "Mhm, mhm."
Oh no, not in a good way, Faye.
All right.
But
I'm gonna roll seduction. I'm just kidding.
Faye gives you a glare, and she says, what do you know about special, Mister? I just brandish my weapon and seasoned fighter. Great.
well, at least I don't go around poking people who are in their injuries. So
That's true. And at least I can do the math of 20 divided by 4.
I think we need couple therapy.
We are not a couple. You and me, never gonna happen.
No, you were a couple. I saw it. I was
Okay.
there.
No, but seriously, I think
She
there.
turns at you, Aeily, with this very,
I was
very
jealous for
angry
you.
look, and she makes an intimidation test.
Oh, against what?
She looks like she's gonna murder you,
And I'm scared of her.
and you're
So
gonna do your courage.
my courage was
Oh
totally
boy,
gonna.
that's pathetic.
Uh,
She rolled a total of 17 against your 20. Yeah, you're not intimidated. You're not intimidated. You don't know. She's just like looking at you. Not sure why she's looking at you like that.
I know. I know when she's crazy, and this isn't it. She's just trying to be.
But
And I try to help this team. I try to be the voice of reason. I try to guide this team. But no. We always want to knock on doors. Fine. Go ahead. Knock on the door. She walks back.
but back to talking about Xena. I was thinking, would there be a chance that his brother, and let me wait a second because I noted his name,
Vinali.
Vinali, just basically fell in love with her, and just in a way decided to follow her.
Yeah, you hear Jonah laughing his ass. He says, I like you. I like your somebody who likes romance and stories like that." He just fell in love with her. I mean, they met a couple of times. But yeah, it is in the realm of possibility.
Well, from your description, it seems to be kind of a fair lady, and I'm guessing, love transcends race.
Yes, but I wouldn't think that just seeing somebody would be enough to fall in love. Or maybe you are talking from experience. So
I've seen you in your
Uh,
bar a lot of times.
and you see me like he can see me like being a bit embarrassed. I'm like, But anyway,
I look at
without-
Jonah and like, I see you in the bar falling in love all the time.
love. That is not love. That is giving a lot of yourself to other people. You know. And then he whispers in your ear. He says, "Don't embarrass me, you piece of shit." With your teeth.
So, Does that
Well, I
mean
think-
that? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Does this mean that basically even her other companion,
Brother Siddharth?
brother Sidar, is probably alive as well?
Not
which is-
Sidar, Sildar with an L.
Sildar. Yeah. Sildar.
Oh, Sildar.
Yeah. That means he might also be alive. That's great news as well. So let us press on, I would say. Not waste the time.
You think the troll ate your horses?
No, we left the horses
Way back.
at the
that's
camp.
First camp, yeah.
Yes. And I'm glad that we did that because it would probably have eaten our horses.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
seeing how, our adventures have gone, I don't know if our horses would have survived.
Nope.
They definitely wouldn't have survived that fall.
Nope.
I can tell you that.
That's for
All
sure.
right. Well, Faye and Aeily, we believe in you. We're gonna follow you. Tasso and I are gonna get the back. Please lead us to safety.
Yeah.
Any blights will run fast.
Right. So he walks back, and I'm assuming there's nothing else you'd like to do. You're moving back. You're trying to go. Well, first, Aeily, what are you trying to do? Where are you trying to take the group back to?
Well, I'm still focused
Or
on
is
our
there anything
kind of-
else you want to do?
I mean, I guess I want to make sure with the group that everybody still has the primary focus of finding Lady Xena and now Vanali. Do you have any? We're gonna just go the direction that he went. He gave me a whistle in case we find his brother, and I think you guys should just be aware that they have a very strong dislike of humans. And I
Who
don't think
doesn't?
there's there's no convincing them otherwise. I think that they might even be more hard-headed than Gallean.
I don't think it's possible.
No, me neither.
Yeah, neither do I. Says Faye. Totally not. Totally not. Gallean, definitely. I mean, he's pretty stubborn and he can hit pretty hard with his head.
They don't
I don't
do
know.
that.
He's always been pretty reasonable to me.
So we came down this trail, and I want this trail back.
Yeah, we can swing around.
Okay.
We can swing around.
So that's what you're trying to do. You want to go back to where? Do you want to try to find your way back to which area?
I
Well,
think the base camp. For now,
he's
it's
saying
already
that
been
that's-
half a day.
Which camp? Is it the southern camp, the northern camp, or the Tabor camp?
Tabor camp.
The Tabor camp. Is that what you're trying to do, Aeily? That's what he's suggesting, but is that
Yeah.
what you're trying?
I'm with the group, and I'm just trying to figure out where everybody is. So I think
But-
he said to go back north, and we don't want to go through the blights again.
We probably may want to go to where the southern camp was, because at least we would
Yeah,
recognize the area where we're walking on.
is that Jonah?
Yes.
So we
Okay.
go-
Let's
Would
go.
you agree, or am I being, like?
No, you're not being unreasonable.
I thought we were going to the north camp, but okay, fine.
So one south,
Well-
one north.
Yeah, Faye comes closer to you and tells you, I know, Gallean, that, like you struggle with directions, but here's the thing. We're really, really south.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
then if
yeah,
we
yeah, yeah. I
go
got it.
quite
We
a bit
got it.
north, we're gonna get to that southern camp. Then if we go even north, then we're gonna get to the junction. And if we go a little more north, we're gonna get to the northern camp. So it is on our way. And I know
Alright.
because you guys dig holes and all that, it can be confusing, but I know you're gonna get it. I know you're gonna love the forest. Don't you love the forest?
No, I don't like it. I hate it. But
Oh, I feel bad.
do you?
Oh well, she does. She fails her masquerade. She's not your dad.
I look at her. I
Anyway.
want to kill her.
All right, Aeily, you can try to navigate back north. You get an advantage, and Faye is going to help you rather than make her roll on her own. She's going to help you. She'll get 2 advantages. But the difficulty factor is going to be because, like it's a little more difficult right now. It's going to be a 15. So you can roll 3 d20s or make 3 rolls, and it's the highest. And it won't matter because I am going to roll.
Oh, I was gonna
Um,
say what?
So that's a 22 that you need to beat.
Okay, what am I rolling?
Perception.
Okay. Where are you? Everything's changed.
Well, no, just click on your character and you're going to see perception up top.
Natural 20.
Natural
Ooh.
20. So as you guys are leaving the clearing and making your way, you do notice again the marks around you left by wood elves.
I
In
see any of them?
No, you don't see any wood elf. And you're actually surprised because when you were there, you thought you would have been able to, in the clearing, to catch them, but they were pretty stealthy. So whatever group he's going with, Iola is going with, is a pretty well trained group. Those are not like run of the mill typical wood elves. Those are probably strong wood elves that are following him. But either way, you do follow the road, and you guys get to that same narrow passage where you were ambushed by the boar.
Mhm.
And this time you actually go around it. You decide to go around it to go upper in the slope, and you guys, like you tell the rest of the party to stay really to look around you and stay really focused. That you couldn't have any conversation or anything like that until you cross it, because you rolled in a natural 20. So I'm not gonna make you make a encounter roll. You're gonna go, so you are able to go around it, and now you're recognizing the rest of the terrain as you lead the party to the southern Fallin site, and you arrive there, and when you arrive there, it's about 6 p.m.
Okay.
You've done a pretty good job going around, and you've been moving pretty fast, just so you know. As you guys arrive there, and you still have about an hour of sunlight.
That enough time to make it back?
Make it back to where?
The next camp?
Well,
To the northern camp, you mean?
No,
Or
to
to
the
the Tabor camp? I think it should be enough time if you'd like to go there.
going to
we
the
have
Tabor camp, going out of the way.
Why are you going there? I
because we
don't
have
understand.
food there. That's why.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I could forage and try to cook something. We camp here.
Yeah.
Say we camp here then.
Yeah.
Up
Let's
to
Head
you.
north in the morning.
Yeah,
Sure.
then we can maybe have a little bit of a head start on.
Well, that's he looks. Jonah looks around and he says, "This camp, well, or this felon site, is not bad. Like we could use it to our advantage.
Yeah.
We could
Let's do that.
stack some of the carts and create. You use the fire in here, stack some of the carts to provide some form of protection, and yeah, that wouldn't be too bad if we decide to stay here. The only problem is we don't have our tents with us, do we?
No, that was
Too
we're
bad.
on the horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't be great, but it won't be too bad.
I think I can do so. I can figure out something comfortable. And I want you. That means I want to use my camping skill to see if we can, increase our comfort.
So if we're gonna decide to camp here, then that leaves us quite a bit of time. So maybe we could have a group that goes foraging hunting, potentially.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
takes care of food, and potentially also cook. A group that takes care of, like setting up camp and protections. Like just to make sure that like we have a perimeter that we can protect in case we get attacked. How does that sound?
Yeah, I can
Sounds
work
good.
on the protection and setting up.
So who wants to do the help with the hunting and foraging?
I do.
Faye volunteers as well. So the three the 3 warriors are going to take care of setting up camp and all that. All right,
Yep.
so the group splits, and Jonah says, like let's start making dinner at least by 7,
Mhm.
if possible.
That's good.
So don't stay there too long. He says by 8 at the latest.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask. The first group is gonna be the ones who set up camp. So each one of you, what would you guys like to do to set up camp and protection?
Well, I look at Soul and I say, well, you are the expert here. How
Okay.
do you propose we go?
So
Split.
yeah, analyzing the place where we are and the type of foods that we have, the blankets that because we have blankets on ourselves, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
you have.
yeah.
I think all of you
But
have
Yep.
like. I
We
think
have
you have
bedrolls.
bedroll and maybe blankets. I don't know.
Yeah. So with the bedrolls, I try to devise a plan to make things comfortable. I'm like, okay, let me think about this. Can I roll for it?
So yeah, you hold on.
Yeah.
Do you want to help him, Gallean, with that?
Yep.
Okay, so Gallean is gonna help you. So you get an advantage, and then Jonah is gonna walk the perimeter around and make sure that like he locates us so that we're not easily surprised if we get
Right.
attacked at night. All right,
Let's
so
see.
you get to do your camping or whatever with an advantage.
Yes. 21.
21 to 21%.
Yeah.
So like looking around, it seems that setting up the like as I told you guys, there is like this big campfire, stone campfire area. So probably you wanna light that up. That's gonna be the main fire that you have. Probably bring the tables closer, the tables where people would eat closer. Using the place where you would want to sleep is probably around the carts, because from a certain angle people won't see you, so they won't think that there are people there, and it would be a little more in the shadow, so like you won't draw a lot of attention to you in there. So you go ahead and start setting up like spots where people would camp, and you start gathering some wood with the help of Gallean, like. And as I said earlier, like there were or in the last sessions that there were wood laying around. Like there was still wood in here that was not being used. So you take some of that, but you also take some twigs and so on. You have quite a bit of that, some leaves to burn quickly, and you set up the fire. The fire camp now is lit, and it's pretty warm. And it's, although you're a little the place where you're going to sleep is a little away, you still have that warmth. It's not going to be much cold at night. So
Right,
good
that's
on
good.
that. And then Jonah works the area, and like he sets up a couple of spots by pushing some branches on the ground, and so that if somebody gets closer to the edge, you would hear like some twigs breaking, and
Mhm.
so, and then he walks back and he says, I think this is a very well defendable spot. And also, he points to a couple of spots on the trees with like really strong branches. And he says, we could have one person, as we do the watch, we could have one person up there and the other one by the fire. So, the one that's going to be up above is going to have a better um, look at what's around. And especially if that person has dark vision, that would be great. They would be able to spot if people are entering, at least if they start entering the clearing, and it's a pretty large clearing, as I mentioned. So anyway, you guys are set, and now we're gonna move to the rest of the party. So Aeily, Faye, and Tasso, what are you guys doing?
I have
What do you
hunting and herbalism.
have? Survival. Try to
Okay.
collect plants, edible plants and stuff.
So I think we could.
I have herbalism too.
Do we want to focus just on like foraging, or do we want to focus more on hunting? Because like let's say we want to focus on hunting, I will be helping whoever the hunter is, and then whoever is foraging is going to do it on his own or her own.
I'd say more foraging than hunting.
More foraging than hunting. Okay. So Aeily, I will help Tasso with his
Mhm.
foraging,
Okay.
and hopefully you can catch some rabbit or something
Okay.
like that. Okay. So Tasso, you get an advantage on your survival test to do some foraging.
33. Oh, I missed by 3.
Missed it by 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you spend some time looking for that food. Like you find some plants, but like a lot of them, you're not sure what kind of plants those are. Uh,
Is that blight?
and Faye, yeah, is trying to help you too, but like she's not sure. You tell, hey, get if you find like fruits that are in plants that have green leaves, bring those to me. And she brings them to you, and you're looking at me like, fuck, I don't know what kind of plant this is. You've never seen it before. And you're wishing you would have learned more from your master. Meanwhile, Aeily, so you go in, you're trying to hunt. You do have an advantage because you are in the forest.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you're doing your hunting with advantage. How is that?
I made it. I got it.
Okay.
And I
And-
also, because of Natural Explorer, I think I get twice as much food as normal.
Okay, sounds good. So you go in, you go hunting, and as you go hunting, I'm gonna use this from a famous video game. There is this cute little rabbit that's like
Oh,
jumping and then like looking right, left, jumping a little bit, looking right, left, and then he gets close to these little fruits and he's about to grab them. He grabs them, the camera zooms. Nope. The rabbit looks right and left, and the tension drops and it starts eating the thing. Okay, oh my god. It gets shot right away. So that's the
Was that
fourth rabbit that you caught. What's that?
was that a Last of Us reference?
Yeah, this is the last rabbit. So that's the fourth rabbit that you caught. You would have caught 2 rabbits, but you caught 4. And like as you catch the rabbit, you give thanks to nature, and you 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 say your sorries and your appreciation for the meat that you will be eating. And then you walk
And
back and you find Tasso and Faye. Tasso, go ahead.
like I say, then there's a cutaway, and you find Tasso petting these little baby bunnies in a burrow, and he's like, "God, I wonder where their mother is. They're so cute."
Oh crap! Murderer. Faye, add 4 rabbits to your death count. And I hope
Aeily?
you guys have been counting. Yeah, sorry, Aeily. And I hope you guys have been counting your death count, right? Saul, have you added the large boar?
I think I did last time. Let me check.
If you didn't, you reduce your strength by -5 points for the next
Oh
5
God!
hours.
Oh
I don't
Jesus!
know why, like you pull your shoulder.
Let me check. Hold
Um,
on.
and I think Darren, you have quite a good number of
9
blights
twigs,
now. Yeah, 9 twig blights. Look at you.
9 twig blights.
So
I
Faye, you
managed to hurt a
joined.
whole bunch.
Sorry, not Faye. Ailey, you joined the team and you noticed that like they
So
have
it's
only a
not meat
couple
and
of
potatoes.
herbs.
Yeah.
They didn't find much. He tried. Faye said he tried very hard. He tried the best he can. And that's the best he can.
Yep, I had edited Ahmed. Haha, I wrote large boar even.
Yeah, okay, good. And I helped him. So these are definitely gonna taste good.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's go see what the rest of the party did. Let's go back.
Yeah.
So by like 7:20, you guys arrive and you see that they have made a nice little fire. Soul
Oh, it
shows
looks
you,
good.
and Soul shows you where to put your bedrolls. And so Jonah informs you about the not traps, but like the little alarm sounds that he has created around, and he tells you about the tree and so on. So anyway, now that you guys are set up, um, do you want to do some cooking?
Yeah. I might need some help if someone's available because all we got is rabbits and some
Some herbs.
delicious herbs. Yeah.
What do we need more? It's a perfectly healthy regimen. Mm.
All
Beautiful.
right. So who's gonna help her? Fake volunteers to help you.
Okay. So am I
All right.
rolling with advantage now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
you roll with advantage.
Okay. Oh, I did not make it.
That's fine. It didn't ruin the food, but you were able to cook it. Now maybe a little burnt, a little more burnt than normal, and maybe the herbs flavor was a little destroyed compared
It was
to
catnip.
yeah. But the food is plentiful. 4 rabbits for the 6 of you. Like that was pretty plentiful, and those were not like little itsy bitsy rabbits. Those were wild rabbits. Um, so you eat your food. You get to roll a d6 to recover an HP, MP, EP for the food.
Once I'm eating my rabbit, I'm like, ooh, this is like my mom used to make. She called it blackened.
I like it. So +5 for me, and then +5.
+1 for me.
+5. God damn it, Darren. Why? Why are you doing this, Darren?
Hey, but I'm all healed up health wise. I had 1 hit point I was missing.
Oh, look at that, man.
Ah,
My guy is like so full. What's his name?
Jonah.
Jonah. Like he just keeps on recovering too much. He's like, this is
I'm
amazing.
full. I
As
just
he's
keep eating. I don't know why. Still.
This is amazing. Oh, you're such a great cook, Aeily. I know I told you before that you'll make a great wife, but you should open your own shop. When you retire, maybe you call it the Boar's Rest. Huh? What do you think? Isn't that a good one? No?
Okay.
I like it.
Okay.
Or we should call it the
Twigs and
introvert
boars.
introvert anonymous.
Are you insinuating that I am an introvert?
It's not everything about you, Jonah.
And Faye says,
I know what we do. We build a restaurant and then we make it invisible.
You're not
Nice.
Talk about it.
you're not invited.
I just-
That's the trick.
I was just picturing him like, we call it the Boar's Inn, and he's like, but he spells boar Bore.
Wait,
Like watching
are you saying
baseball.
are you saying it gets spelled? It's not Bore?
No, it's Boar.
Oh,
But
You
that's natural because he's been doing a lot of boring himself, haven't you, Jonah?
or and Faye says you should know about that soul, as that's seeing how you fight in battles, that kind of stuff.
What?
Oh, hold on. Let me use my strongest ability. I'm gonna bash with my weapon. Oh, How about now? There is a big giant monster. Oh, I'm gonna bash with my weapon. Hold on. There is an undead. I know what to do. I wanna bash with my weapon.
But it works.
But first, you got to do the pose.
But it works.
Believe
What
it or
pose?
not, Tasso, that is
It
actually a
works
new thing.
because we are here, Soul. It takes to us.
And what
My
pose?
head.
What do you mean by pose?
So
I mean,
anyway,
we could tease her for rushing in
Right?
blindly
Right?
with no armor on.
Or like we tease her when she just leaves us and then shows up whenever she wants. Because she's the lady high elf over here. I'm a strong, independent high elf. I need no men to actually tell me what to do. Huh? Is that the idea?
she
Ah,
turns
I
to
think we're
Tasso.
bonding. I
She,
think we're
she,
all bonding.
she turned to Tasso and tells you, you see, that is why he's not married. That right there is why he's not married. And he's going and looking for his son.
Well, at least I'm consistent with my personality, because you see, now she's making sense, right, Tasso? But wait for her to stop making sense. When there's the special moment.
Yep.
And not of the month, but of the any given day. and the only variable is how much blood is in the vicinity.
Oh yeah.
That's actually a good point.
I like this. Like we're actually bonded over like.
We're bonding. Yeah. We're teasing each other and bonding.
How's Elsa doing, Sol?
Oh.
So, how tell us about how great that relationship was, and tell us more specifically. I'm sure
I
Tasso would like
hated
to learn
her.
how it ended, or how you so valiantly wanted to, you know,
Hey, it
move
was.
things very
Look,
quickly after the first.
it was a
first night.
mutual agreement. Okay, it was mutual. It was just I wanted something, she wanted something else. We parted on good terms, and I'm totally fine with that. Like I'm totally fine with that. Man. But
Oh, he's gonna cry.
I'm not gonna look.
I-
This is okay. I need drink. Do you have a drink, Gallean? Do you have a drink?
Wasn't there a barrel? Wasn't there a half full barrel
I
with
come,
beer?
I come across.
No, hold on.
yeah.
Jonah comes in with like there was a barrel with beer in here that he comes in with like a couple. He found like a couple of like containers, and he's like, yes, to phase, you know, nice angry self, and to Soul's girlfriend.
X
yeah.
X. No,
I'm
it's
sorry. I think I missed a part of it. I didn't mean that. I just stepped there to get.
Jonah, the only thing denser than your head is your shield, and I just start drinking.
You know, as he says that, actually, Jonah takes it as a compliment. He's like, "Oh yeah, no, right. That's why I take a lot of hits and I stick and he drinks and Faye is like face palming. That's happening. So drink. You know, you guys get and obviously, Gallean, you get a drink, right?
Oh, yeah, not just one.
Always. So you guys get a drink, all three of you. Tasso, are you getting a drink or not? Okay. So all three of you get like one drink, and you finish the food. You're pretty much set up. It's about 8:30 when you. Well, hold on. Yeah, it's about 8:30, I would say, when you guys are ready to like go to bed or whatever. Do the long rest if you like. So here is a trick for you guys. You guys can, if you want, you can spend an hour of rest and use all your rest points if you want. Then go to long rest. But just know the long rest doesn't recover all your rest points. It recovers half.
Right.
And you need to have a normal long rest. So if you get attacked during the long rest and you're unable to get a full long rest, you're not recovering your rest points. So just wanted to clarify these things because they are quite important.
Yeah.
And before going to rest, I'm gonna check these things here.
He's looking at his list. Chance of getting attacked during the night,
No,
98.7%.
Faye is approaching you, Gallean, and says, "Hey, Gallean,
Yes.
I know you told me that you know, like you've learned how to, you know, like fix a little bit armors. You know, even though we don't have a forge or anything like that. Do you think you'd be able to help me with maybe with my armor? I mean,
yes, I could.
well, hold on. As a matter of fact, she doesn't do that because her armor is not is more leathery and stuff. It's light armor. I was thinking of the heavier armor that she has, the medium
okay,
armor.
yeah.
But she, you know, the medium armor is almost full. So I think she's gonna pass. But she does talk to you though about helping other people if they need their armors fixed.
But how do you fix armor? Like I have leather working, and I have some damage on my armor. If I want to work on fixing it, how does that work?
If you have leather work, you would need some form of like leather supplies. And for the purpose of this, because you know, like we didn't like talk about it before, I'm gonna say you have like 10 leather supplies.
Okay.
You know, so each when you're gonna do leather work, you're gonna roll, and you're gonna tell me before you roll how many leathers you're using. So if you're using 10 and you roll and you succeed, you recover 10 in durability. If you roll and fail, well, we'll talk about that when that happens.
That's the part I was worried about because I'm not that good at it.
I know. Yeah, but for Gallean, he has an ability where he could like start hopping. Well, he doesn't have just an ability; he also has a spell. And Faye knows about that, knows about your spell, and you told her about your ability that you could do. So that's why she's approaching you. She's like, I'm just worried. You know, like the fights have been pretty rough. So I think this would be people would be very thankful if you're able to help them with their armors.
I ask if anyone needs repairing, something
Okay.
to repair.
So let me see. I think Jonah says not this time, but I would appreciate if you could in the future.
I could definitely use some.
Mm.
Sure. Okay.
What about you, Aeily?
I could, but I mean, make soul first.
Okay.
What kind of armor does Aeily wear?
She has medium armor. It looks to you though that it's lighter. So she has something that is medium, but like it's lighter than what it should be.
So I can dodge and duck.
I can. Game Master, I have a question. Can I use the rest and repair on 2 items and 1 point per item, 1 rest point per item, or something like that?
Let
Or does
me
it have
check.
to be
So
only
you
one
also
item?
have mending the spell in case you want to just make it easy. You could go with the spell. Other than that, let me look at the other one. So which one is it called? Rest of Blacksmith? Is that what it is?
No. Yeah, that's one. Yeah, the option number 2.
Rest of Blacksmith. Okay, so undercover 1d4 points. Yeah. So so just so you understand, you recover only 1d8 durability when you do that.
Yeah.
You don't spend more points. It's just 1d8. That's it. That gets recovered. So it's not 1d8 per point. It's 1d8. That's it. You understand?
It says you can decide to spend an additional rest point after each roll.
Yeah, but that's
You need
for
to
the
recover more.
HP, MP, EP. That's not for the
Okay.
that's
I
not for
thought it was
fixing
linked
armors.
to the. Okay, fine. Okay,
Mhm.
see, I see. Okay.
So is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
do that on
So
soul, and I will do after that. No, I will do first mending on
first, you
on
can
Aeily.
examine both
Yeah.
armors. So Jessica and you best tell him how much durability you have on how much is the maximum and what's the protection that you get.
You can go first, Larry.
I got 13 out of 20, and I have 6
So you need
protection.
7. You need 7 to be maxed. And how much protection is it?
6 protection.
Okay. So she needs 7 and it's 6. So 7 times 6, that's 42. If you wanna heal her armor completely.
Yeah.
And I think that's the math.
Soul.
It's a lot more. So it's 10 to fix and 8 protection. So it's 80.
So it's 80 for him.
But I can take whatever I can get, so you don't have to do the whole 80.
Okay, I'll do mending on Aeily.
How much are you using for mending?
So we said 42 is to
Yeah,
the maximum.
42 gets her to maximum, but you have to roll, so you gotta make a good roll.
I'll take at least the half of it. I can.
So you want to because she needs 7 to be fixed, 7 durability.
Yeah.
You want to fix 4?
Yeah, 4. Yeah.
So 4 times 6, that's 20.
20. Yeah, I'll do that. Do I have it somewhere here?
No, sorry.
No,
so 4 times 6, that's 24. That's 24.
Yeah, I was thinking.
24. Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say, but I was like, okay, is he rounding down? Maybe I didn't understand the math.
No,
Did the math
right.
wrong. So okay, go ahead and roll your magic test.
Magic.
Ooh, good for you. I rolled a 2. So you touch her armor, and as you touch her armor, there are inscriptions and glyphs that start appearing on your hand and twirling around, and then they emanate from your fingers and move to her armor. And as they move to her armor, you could see like some of the broken strips, and so like starts to mend themselves back. And Jessica, you recover 4 durability.
Wow,
That
thank
spell.
you.
Yes, it is a spell, and you recover 1 MP.
Take it. I have 17 now.
And for soul, I will use rest and repair from the rest of the blacksmith.
So you rest for an hour,
Mm.
and go ahead and roll the d8 for the recovery for his armor. So you got to roll high here. You recover 2. You best.
Sorry.
All right.
You
Well,
best 2
that's
durability.
well, that's good. I mean, thanks so much.
And how many points do you want to use for you to recover, Gallean, for your HP, MP, EP?
I will use 1 point.
Okay, so use 1 point and roll a d4.
I
Good.
rolled only 2.
So you recover 2 HP, MP, EP. That's bad. You know, everything counts. Everything
Yeah.
counts to get you there. All right, so you've done that for an hour, where, you know, for an hour he took your armor, Soul, you took off your armor, you're still wearing your cloth, and then he starts hammering it, trying to fix a little parts that are bent, and so he was able to fix it a little bit and provide you of some form of relief there.
Thank you.
That
Okay.
one rock you hit on your roll down. He fixed that.
Yeah. All right, so by this point it's about 9:30 p.m.
Yep.
So, anything else you'd like to do, or are you ready for the night?
Ready for the night.
Yeah.
Are we
ready.
gonna
Yeah.
take watch the same way we did before?
I guess.
I would think so. That would make the most sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Um,
I can start. So we do the same groups, right? And I start the 1st. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you and if I go
Yeah.
first.
Tasso, do you still have the rune on you or not?
No, it was used up.
Okay.
Yeah, it works for 24
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
And after that, it doesn't work anymore.
Unless if you want to use it, you can, but then you have to climb up a tree.
No, it's fine, but
You don't
Oh,
have to. That was a suggestion. Just remember.
you know, I could maybe set an alarm so that they don't have to. Would it prevent them from having to use the rune?
Hold on a second here, Jessica. Let me see. Yeah, that wouldn't work because it's too open. It would work if you had like if you guys were
In a house?
in a house and there was a door. Yeah, it would work there. But you got it's going to be very hard because you have to put an alarm on all the perimeter around you, which is let me say that all your magic is not going to be enough to do that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, I
So if
tried,
Gallean
guys.
wants to,
so yeah, I will use the rest of the rune crafter because it's a normal long rest, and I will use the dark vision on Tasso.
Same thing on his
yeah.
cape also. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And that works without any tests. Is there anything else you want to do with that rest, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
All right. So that works. You know, like Tasso, he uses that same ability on your cape, and I think you guys are set. Now, all of you are ready to do the rest and watching, right? Keep it watch.
Yep.
All right, sounds good. So the first group is Faye and Soul. So let's go ahead and make some perception tests in there.
Not perception. Sorry, not persuasion. Okay. Not dumb. Yeah. So 26.
Yeah, and just so you know, next time you don't have to re-roll. You just take the 6 and add it to your perception score.
Oh yeah, okay. Because I clicked on the wrong one in my thing. But
Yeah, that's
anyway.
fine. Next time it would count as an 18. Don't
Yep.
reroll because
All right.
because that's as if you rolled a d20.
Yep.
That's what matters is if you roll the d20, whatever that score is. If it's a 3,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter that you had a different
But
stat. We'll
let's
figure
count
out.
it as 18. Let's count it as 18. You're right.
Yeah,
Let's
it
count it as
doesn't
18.
matter because
Yeah.
she succeeded,
Okay.
and you succeeded too, even with an 18. So you guys keep watch all on your first watch, and you could hear sounds of things moving, but they are moving far away and not very close to where you guys are. Maybe the large fire that you have in the middle is keeping things at bay. And at some point, you guys are done. Faye comes down. "Oh, I'm ready to go to sleep. And you guys wake up Aeily and Jonah. And you go to bed. Aeily and Jonah, the two of you now are keeping watch.
I'm gonna go climb up the tree.
All right. And Jonah sits by the by the fire and he looks at the shadows. Go ahead and make your perception test.
Perception.
And you get to do it with advantage, just.
Even though it's dark.
Ooh,
Oh.
natural 1.
Do I need to make
And,
22 and 23?
yeah. No, you guys are successful. The two of you keep watch. You do hear from far away, you hear like these beast screams,
Mm.
but it's from far away. And after a little bit, you also see some lights, but it's too far, Jessica, especially you, Jessica. From up there, you see some lights to the northwest. I'm assuming you don't want to investigate it. It's far away.
No,
You're gonna
no,
have to leave the.
yeah, I'm not leaving,
Okay.
but I might just tell Jonah.
Okay. So as you tell him, he says, "Thank you. I wanted to mention you did pretty well up there, Aeily. I know you may come off sometimes as you have anxiety issues or anxiety attacks when people are talking to you, like I'm doing right now. Yes, that's right now. That look that you have, yes, that's the one. But I just want to tell you to believe in yourself. I think you did a pretty well negotiating with the elves. I didn't understand a word of what he said, but he looked very firm in the way he spoke. I think that he would have challenged um, most of us here if we spoke to him in the same language. So I'd like you to believe in yourself more. I think there is a lot that you can bring to the table, and the way you have been leading us through this forest has been amazing. I think Tasso and I would have gotten lost many times in there.
Oh,
So
you guys will be fine. You guys are great.
well, I'm fine with my
For
weapon
sure.
and shield, but like I'm not good at everything. That's why you need a group. That's why you need a lot of people
Yeah,
to help.
for sure. I'm not good in groups, but
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. The self-destruction, the self-destruction. Do not keep doing that. It, have a better um, value for yourself because you deserve it. Um, no matter what Soul says. Oh, sorry, that was not you. That was Faye. My bad. No, he's just joking. He's just joking. He's just joking. Of
yeah,
course,
I
I
thought
know you. You're the one
I
who smells like earth.
yeah, yeah. No, I don't. Nobody tells me what to do. I don't have to take a bath.
So, how did you feel about speaking to wood elves? Were they like your people? Were they different?
They were different. I was scared. I thought they were gonna kill me. I thought they were gonna kill all of us. Really thought they were gonna kill Soul and you. I just, and I think that's just something that is consistent from what I know. I spent most of my childhood alone, but um, what I remember the most is the disrespect, this disdain, this horror and aversion to humans. And no offense to you, because I think you're wonderful. Humans have actually taken good care of me, so I don't understand
the reason why. I just know that it is what it is.
I think it's probably because probably some people at some point have wronged them or have done bad things. And I think that people in general will still um, generalize. They would say that all are the same. And as there are good people within humans, and you've had the opportunity to meet good people like Soul and others, there are also bad ones. And yeah, it's all a matter. I think all races are capable of both, of having good and bad people. It's it's a shame sometimes when people just generalize.
Yeah. I just don't have a lot of hope that we'll be able to convince this group otherwise. So we'll have to just kind of navigate around it.
Well, if we save Lady Xena and we save their brother Birmani,
Oh,
Biryani,
Vinali.
Biryani,
Briani? Vinali.
Vinali. That's yeah. If we save the brother and we save Lady Xena and we bring the brother back to safety, I think that even they will be thankful and appreciative of as what we for what we have done.
I
So
hope so. Yeah,
let's
I hope
just stay
so.
positive and hope for that. A few hours ago, we thought that everyone was dead, and now we have hope, and
That's true.
that's what's going to keep us moving forward. And by that point, you guys go to sleep and wake up Tasso and Gallean. Tasso and Gallean, you guys are
Yep.
awake?
Wait, I use you gave me the rune, so I'll
Yep.
scamper up the tree with
All
nuts.
right,
I'll make
you
nuts
make
go up
an
too.
ability test. No, I'm just kidding. So, so you climb the tree, and then what do you do?
I make nuts come up with me too.
Oh yeah, okay. Nuts gets in, and I can start snuggling your back. It's pretty warm. As a matter of fact, she puts her arms on your shoulder and her head
Oh,
on top of yours as you're
I have a
getting
squirrel
there.
hat. A squirrel hat.
Yeah. Like the squirrel hat. That's the same thing. The
Oh,
scout, like
there's just drool running
Boy
down my
Scout,
head now.
a little kid Boy Scout, but he's a man. All right, so I'm gonna ask the two of you to do a perception test, please.
perception.
Okay. Roll D20 first. So this is not perception that I'm rolling, it's just a D20 roll. Oh, okay. I rolled a 20 and then a 12. Okay. So what's your total, Gallean?
30.
No, you don't have a
+3.
+3 because Aeily is sleeping.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
thought
get the bonus
sleeping is conscious.
when she's
Conscious.
when she's active. When she's unconscious, I
Ah,
will
okay.
change it then if it makes it harder because the whole idea is that Aeily is paying attention and you are paying attention.
Okay.
So it's
Okay, I
not
see.
that
All right.
just her being there. There is an aura of magic that increases your stats. Okay, so 27. That's
27. Yeah.
successful. That's successful. And you, Tasso?
20.
That's not successful. The two of you keep an eye. Tasso, you're able to see in the dark, but the problem is you got some distraction here in the form of
A squirrel.
squirrel. Yeah, exactly. A dire squirrel that wants attention. So the two of
For
you
a
are
half
like,
second, I thought that he was going to get advantage because he puts that nuts on
nope.
his neck.
And Galen, you're noticing that sometimes he's not even looking out, and you're like, hey,
Wake up.
come on, look over there. And he's like, okay, and he's keeping an eye. And the rest of the watch ends with no problems as the light comes up. You guys are still watching as the light comes up, etc. And so we're doing 3-4 hours, right? So that's 12 hours. So by 9:30, the rest of the party start awakening, waking up. So um, I'm gonna ask you guys to do 8 times, so 8d4. Roll 8d4 for everyone that slept. Roll 8d4. That's how much you recover in HP, MP, EP. In addition, you recover half of your maximum rest points. So if your max rest point is 5, you recover 3 rest points. Okay? So please go ahead and update that. So I'm back to max rest points with Jonah. And then 4d4, I'm going to start with, no, not 4d4, 8d4. So 8d4, that would be, how do
So
you do it,
wait,
guys? Backslash roll? Is that what you do
Yeah.
it? And then
Yeah,
say-
Backslash
slash-
R space.
Yeah, /roll space 8d4.
You don't need to roll. You can use either backslash R.
Oh yeah, okay. That's short.
Okay. So 20, good. Well, I rolled a lot of ones in there. Huh. 8d4. Okay, so 20 is what she recovers. Plus 20. Then an additional plus 20. Okay, and then Jonah, 8d4. Jonah recovers 18, which is more than enough, like he was almost maxed. Okay. I slept pretty well, everyone. How are you guys doing?
Good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Great.
Are there any leftovers from last night?
No, that was enough food for all of you.
Okay.
Okay.
If the foragers have like succeeded, then you would have had potentially.
Had to
an
bring that up. Had to bring that up.
And you don't have to have breakfast. You can just go directly to lunch because breakfast is not gonna penalize you. But if you don't have lunch and dinner, that's where you could have some penalties.
Well, you know how Aeily is. She just no.
Okay. So after you guys wake up, it's a little cold this morning. You know, that cold in the morning, that fresh
Mhm.
air. Well, feels good as you guys stand up and gather your belongings. So we head north.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah, let's
Aeily, you lead the way.
Okay.
All right. So I'm assuming nobody wants to do anything else, or if you want to do something else, just let me know as you're gonna be doing that. So you guys now head out. I would say around 9:30, 10 p.m. and you start going north. Go back to the intersection. You just follow the path. Go back to the intersection, and then you take the road, head into the northern side. And after a little bit, you finally arrive to the northern camp, the northern Ferren site. It takes you about half an hour to get there. So I'm gonna say by like 11, you have arrived to the Felon site. What would you like to do as you arrive there? You could still see that large oak tree in the middle with the hole in the middle. The hollowed
Avoid that tree. I avoid that tree.
Okay, that's fine. You can look at it intensely as you avoid it. So what do you do now that you have arrived there?
I'll start looking around for traces of the Horde one or something like that.
Or horde ones?
No,
Okay.
Horned.
Like you're actually looking at traces of horde ones. Go ahead. Make a perception test.
I don't know. Something.
Come on, natural 20. He actually finds it.
You fail
Natural
it.
one?
I need to roll anything but a 1. Yeah, you fail. You fail. You failed it. So you didn't find anything in there. Is there anything else that you guys are doing?
I don't know. How?
I'm gonna look around
yeah.
for tracks or those weird wooden things they said they had on that were out, the post signs or
I'm not sure what you mean, but Jonah tells you guys, he says, didn't you say you saw a path that was going further north? Like an animal path or so?
Yeah, that's right. It's over here.
Okay. Well, maybe we can start there.
Okay.
That's why you have the brains of the outfit, Jonah.
Yep.
I know. And you heard Saul yesterday about how hard my head is, So happy. So you guys start walking a bit up, further north, and you take that. It's a very thin trail that snakes off through the trees a little bit north and then heads west. It seems that it's been seldom used, judging by the untrampled grass and fern growing in the middle of it. As you keep going there, you observe that a few more trees were felled in this area, and then it stops, and the trail ends. And if you want to keep going, you can keep going, but there is no trail. Seems like this is an area. This whole trail was probably made by animals that were walking back and forth.
But you said that there were felled trees.
Yeah,
So
there were
animals
right
didn't
and
take,
left. Yes.
like they fell naturally or they were cut down.
No, they were cut down. It seems like the operations in that northern site has started to go further north.
And
But
then this is where it stopped.
yeah, exactly.
Let's search around this area and see if we can find any tracks or traces or another trail or any of those weird wooden signal things they said.
So make
Yeah.
a like a perception test. I think make a perception test, Aeily. Anybody helping her?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'll help her.
Okay.
I'll help her.
So you get in double advantage on that, Aeily. What's
35.
your total? That is successful. So you do not catch much traces on the ground itself, but you do get a sense that some road further ahead has been used, but you're not sure that it has been used by humans.
Mm.
And that's the path that you have decided to work on. And the whole party follows you. And that road that you're taking, that's not an actual trail, but it's, just natural in itself. It starts narrowing down, but then it starts becoming bigger. And after a solid 15, I would say after a solid hour, you emerge on the bank of a river. So there is a river that's flowing, and you're at the bank of that river. And you've been hearing that sound as you got closer there. I'm going to ask you to do one last thing, hopefully, for this. I'm going to ask you to make a perception test. All of you, everyone, make a perception
Everyone.
test.
Is
Yeah.
it still with advantage?
Yes, Jessica, you still have an advantage there. Perception. So it's this one, and then so I got 30 with the Fae and 17 with the okay, and then the difficulty factor is okay. So Soul, what's your total?
Garbage.
Okay,
It's 16.
move on. Tasso,
24.
Gallean,
21.
Aeily,
28.
and yeah, okay, cool. So you, as you're looking at this section right now, Aeily, you see on the other side,
Mm-hmm.
it catches your eye. You see an arm, a humanoid arm laying on the ground by a tree on the other side of the river. You don't know if there is somebody on the other side that's laying on the ground. And I think so on that, I think we're gonna end this session.
Gross.
Is it just an arm, or is it just that
Or
the
is it
arm's the
attached
only
to
part
something?
visible?
So there is a tree. So there is a tree, right?
Yeah.
And what she sees is on the other side of the tree. So she doesn't see if somebody is like sitting, is like laying against it, or just on the ground. She sees an arm from her angle, like
So
laying like this.
Oh, so it's not a
okay, so
severed
maybe
arm.
No,
yeah.
she doesn't
That's
know.
what I
But like
thought too.
Yeah.
from
Could
her
be.
angle, it could be. But like it's like right next, there is like this large tree, right? So she can't see what's in there, but like on the side, on the floor, on the
Yeah.
ground next to the tree, she sees like an arm coming
Okay.
out.
It's
So that's what she sees from her angle.
it's the
Okay.
tongue of a giant forest lizard that looks like an arm to lure people
Yeah,
in.
yeah. To lure
Oh
people in.
yeah.
to-
Then it grabs you and pulls it into its
Grabs you,
mouth.
pulls you, and eats you.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Yeah. So that's where we're ending.